Podcast.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, so we got Prag rubbing beard oil all up on himself.
I'm ready. I'm smelling
Pragmag,
good.
the god.
Casual.
Beard.
Yeah. Living it up.
Oh, I need to pause it.
You need to pause it, dog.
There we go. No, mute it. Sorry, excuse me. So,
You gotta mute it, dog.
Pragmag,
Yeah,
let's
mine's-
go.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you
Exciting.
with your hat and shit. Nice. Yeah, okay, so this is
Did you win that in a gambling
Gamble Mag.
ring?
Yeah, the dude's running a
Was that in
gamble
the
ring and
pot?
all that shit. Is that still going?
What?
Is that still
You got
a
that
thing?
in like a scratcher or something, right?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I hear myself. Yo, I'm tripping.
Okay, well, Pragmag's working through tech issues, but I am Sal at Mathematics, and this is a podcast. Yeah, so I'm joined with NickTanella.
NickTanella, that's
Boom.
me.
Nick
Hey,
Ollie
how you
Tanella.
doing? Nicoli Tanella.
I like
Yeah,
that one,
that
Tell
actually.
Nicoli. I
Well,
do
you
like
know,
that a lot.
That's actually really dope. You should like just make that your name, dude.
You're
No, I'm just
welcome.
gonna make that my name permanently. 100%.
Yeah, and so this week, I think the big news is like Street Fighter 5. Like, that's like the most obvious big news is
So we've
Street
got
Fighter
our
5 and the
hands
beta.
On the phase 3 beta, a lot of us did. Some of us didn't. Some of us had to watch from the sidelines and peep all that new knowledge and new tech people were finding on Twitter, which was a lot of things. I think one of the I'm just gonna run right in there. One of the coolest and possibly maybe not most broken, but like interesting and funny that was it Kazunoko that found it. Like I'm talking about the parry
Shin.
option select.
Oh, yeah,
Shin.
Shin,
Oh
yeah.
my
Shin.
god.
The
Shout out to
parry-
Ryu.
What is the option select?
So it's an
or
OS
throw.
block, throw, and parry.
And you could DP.
And you can also TP. Yeah.
Like just straight up, you can't meet it, like nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
Just have to-
I'm pretty sure it's performed by doing like the focus tech. So it's like medium
The
punch,
four-
medium
it's four
kick, light
buttons.
punch. Yeah, the four buttons. So it's like the 4-button focus that used to be a thing in 4. It's the same input, and you do a delayed parry. So if they do a meaty, like you do a delay 4-button tech. So if they do throw, you tech it. If they do a meaty, you block it. And if they do a button on wake up, you parry it. And then you can also input DP. I don't really know how the DP comes out. I think it's like, I don't think there's a DP in there.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
They did it.
Well, the DP comes out if you get the parry.
Oh, right. So then it's
Right.
parry into DP. So if the parry hits, then the DP will come out.
Right. If they try to meaty throw, it's just text, and then if they try to hit you, or no,
Yeah.
that's the parry.
Do you think
And
the
then if
blow
they
up
do
for
like an
that's gonna
early
be-
button, then it blocks or something.
It blocks it. Yeah, it blocks.
It's nuts.
What'd you say, Freddie?
I said, what do you think the blow up for that is going to be? Just not doing anything?
You literally have
you
to
can't do
block,
anything. Yeah.
and then I think if you don't do anything, then the parry comes out and it whiffs, and you can punish that. That is what.
That's what it, okay.
yeah.
I mean, so it's not like a catch-all, like I just fucking win.
You can't do nothing.
But you
Yeah.
literally,
You
it
knock
does
me
it
down.
does prevent you from using 3 options on meaty.
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Especially
pretty,
using
it's
it as
pretty
Zangief.
limiting.
Oh my god. You can do it on
Uh,
Zangief. And you can just like turn it.
oh, I
that
saw
shit.
Justin.
Loop that
Justin
shit.
posted a tweet where he did it with Zangief. I think he came up with something similar,
With the
because
parry.
you could do the V skill. into
Yeah,
the
dude, his
grab.
focus is so good. Or no, I'm sorry, his V skill is
V-skill,
so good.
yeah.
He's really good because you can just hold forward and do it, and it's like a parry real quick, and you can just set buffer SPD as you walk forward. Like you can do it on DPs. I was doing it all day. It was so sick.
The problem
No,
with
Friday-
SPD is that it is 5 frames, though. So that's
You
something
grab
that's
it.
really interesting
Yeah.
about Geef. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nick. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. You actually brought up something else that Snake Eyes posted was the thing about the well the side conversation maybe we'll get to later, but that you can normal grab command grabs even after they've been after the button's been pressed. I think that's because normal throws are 4 frames, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe it's 4.
Yeah,
4
well,
frames,
I'm
and
not
then
sure
the
the
grab
exact
is.
frames, but it's also that I think it's a priority thing. So like normal throws will have priority over SPD, which is something that's really interesting. Yeah, so like I think there's a lot of misconceptions. Of course, since it's a beta and we don't have like exact frame data, the only person that's giving us frame data is tool assisted right now. So we don't really have.
He's so high.
He is quite high.
That guy's nuts.
Agreed. So we don't really have an official source for frame data, but like Geef, for example, his SPD is 5 frames. Vega's light kick roll, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but basically there's a lot of stuff in this game that is not as it seems, right? So there's like some stuff that's, I don't want to necessarily say deceptive. I guess misleading is a proper term for it. So it's really interesting to me playing the beta and seeing like people's impressions, the fact that people are making a tier list before the game's even out. I don't know. I think that's a really interesting way to go about it. I mean, how do you guys feel about like tier lists before the game's coming out and like the impressions that people have had of the games in general?
You know what? I'll let Prag take this one real quick.
I think it's stupid,
afterwards.
but I think it's a good idea at the same time because it's a good gauge of where everyone was. So we're gonna see how they're gonna like buff or nerf these characters because I mean it's obviously gonna change. Like everyone knows it's gonna change. If you don't think it's gonna change, like you're retarded. But I'm sorry.
They've literally said it's gonna change.
It's going to change.
They also
like, it's not gonna be the same game.
I feel like this is probably the last build that they did. Like the last one, and they have like the finalized version. I'm sure maybe they might take into consideration what everyone's doing right now in this beta, which is the point of a beta. But I'm pretty sure they already have the final changes that are going to be released in February.
Yeah, I think that makes sense as well. It seems like they kind of have,
because the changes are very drastic between this one and the last one.
Dude,
There's a
totally.
lot
Like,
of
the
stuff.
fucking nerf bat was crazy for a lot of characters. So,
but it was almost like the entire cast got it.
Pretty much,
like damage just got a nerf across the board, and I think a lot of that had to do with the extreme backlash from the first couple betas where people were dying and stunned like in 2 or 3 combos, and like that's just it. A lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't like it, so I think they kind of like swung that pendulum for this beta the other opposite way, and then people. We already saw it. Like people were complaining, like, "Oh my god, my character doesn't do any damage anymore, dude."
Oh my god.
And so I think they purposely did that to kind of now that they can swing the pendulum back for the release of the game, and like end up somewhere in the middle between like OP power and like heavy stun and you know just like doing not a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But as far as tier list goes, I think I have two. I feel like I have 2 different ideas. I have like the idea of it as like just a casual player, like if I was looking at it from a casual player perspective, and then from a competitive player's perspective. So the casual in me looks at a tier list and like I'm like, this is stupid, dude. The game's not even out. Like Prag's saying, like so much stuff is gonna change, but from a competitive point of view, it gives you a really, really good idea of how other people are analyzing what is good in the game, and what they are likely to use in the first tournaments of this game. And so what you need to be prepared for if you're trying to be competitive in this game, the mindset of the majority of good players and like what they're looking for that is going to be effective in the game. To see that it's like a lot of female, like fast, really good, normal characters, that tells me I'm gonna have to train really hard probably to fight Cammy and Chun-Li. Like if I'm seeing that from the top players, like those are the 2 characters that are probably gonna like I'm not only gonna meet the most in the brackets, but people are gonna have pocket characters of those.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I didn't think of it that way. Honestly, that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean,
think we're gonna see a lot of Nashes.
I have my own ideas. This is the thing. Like, I have my own ideas.
God.
Sorry.
Nash Army. Holy
Nash
shit.
Army.
Seriously.
Nash Army, seriously. But I think it's really good. Like I said, you get a clearer idea of the ideas of other players. Like you should have your own ideas and like what you think is strong and bring that to the table, but you can't ignore what it is that you know, the status quo is deciding is good, you know.
So before Sal gets into his view on that, would you like to share who you think is on the top?
Me? Oh.
We tried this last week, man.
I don't know. Man, let me take a quick look again.
Because I personally
from experience,
okay.
Yo, what up,
I think Ryu.
I was gonna say Ryu. Ryu's super strong.
But I also have to say that I fought mostly Ryu's, and then the beefs that I played were awful. Were the worst. Like they were just bad, and which is understandable. He's a very hard character for noobs to pick up and just be like, all right, let me figure out all these things about this complicated character that's this totally new form of him that nobody's ever seen before, and make it good. Mash is really good. I don't think Karen's as good as people. I've been saying this since the beginning. I don't think Karen's as good as people think. She's got really good buttons, but her mix-up potential that people were like so amped up about, it's already like people are already figuring out like, okay, you just duck this, you duck that, you know.
I mean,
hit a light punch here if you see this.
Like her big mix-up was like it was high or low. because you had to guess. Like you block high to no, it was never that. She has so she does like the flip thing, and then her two options is a low that you can block, or it's a throw that you can duck. So
Right.
there's no mix up. It's literally just block low.
It's fraud.
It's a fraudulent mix up. There's no overhead involved. You can just block low, and if she chooses to do no follow up, you can see that and react with the button in time.
You can also back up as well, though. You can do the boom boom back up.
Like, oh, but that's in V trigger. I'm talking about off of the like the somersault punch.
Well, she gets her V trigger so soon. Like
relatively. I mean, it depends on the combo she uses.
Just 2 meters.
She can end her combos in the V skill, and that will build her V trigger faster, but she doesn't have to. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily build that fast, I would say, but it definitely can build pretty quickly compared to other characters. Like Nikali, for example, he definitely has some more struggles building his V trigger faster.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful with his V skill.
But yeah. So what are your impressions on that song?
Okay, so
your voice.
I've been working a lot this week. So you making that money. Yeah, so as some of you may know, I started my new job. I'm doing training because the store that I'm supposed to be working at is not open, and the other store is 2 hours away, and I don't have a car. So it's a 2-hour bus ride. Well, about an hour and a half bus and half an hour walking. So it's a fucking long ass walk on top of an 8-hour day. So I have been tired as shit when I got to play Street Fighter 5. It's really unfortunate that it happened this weekend, because I was just completely gassed by the time I got home. So it was mostly me. Like in the morning before I would head out to work, trying to get some games in, and then I would like try to stream and then pass out on the stream trying to play Street Fighter 5 beta. But with that being said, I did get to watch a decent amount while I was, traveling to and from. And from what I've seen and from what I got to play, Vega is completely overrated. I was playing
putting
the beta.
him up there a lot.
What's up?
People are putting him up there a lot.
That's why it's so ridiculous to me. Like he's really okay, so his light kick roll, like his, like the rolling crystal flash, the light kick version is punishable with Ryu. You can crouching fierce it into DP. So Ryu's crouch fierce is like a slow normal, and he can crouch fierce punish it. So I think it's at least -5 or 6, and then that also goes into DP. This is light one. This is the one that used to be like +1 on block. Now it's -5. Yes, straight up. I thought maybe I fucked up, so I did it again, and the dude straight crouch fierce DP'd me again. And then on top of that, if you jump at Vega from this, like if you jump right here, it is free all day. I'll anti-air you. If you jump from here, Vega has literally no answer. He has to have known that you were going to jump and anticipate it. And if he's wrong, then you can just walk forward and walk him into the corner. And so Vega in general as a character now is not very strong, in my opinion. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I enjoy the character and like to see him do well, just because like I'm a fan of his design. But in this game, in 5, his design, they fucked it up, so I'm not really a fan of it. Fuck Vega. He sucks now. I think he's I don't think that he's top. I don't know if he's bad per se, but I don't think he's top. I think Ryu is very strong. Any character that has a fucking parry that you can then combo into a crouch fierce, into a DP, that's pretty fucking strong. And Ryu has that currently. So Ryu's really strong. Chun's really good. Nash is ridiculous. It's all money bags. Like, except Vega.
I think people, because before people were really worried, they were like, oh, Ryu seems really weak, and like, what does that mean for the game that's supposed to be balanced around this character that's supposed to be like the quintessential, good at everything, pretty decent character, what does that mean for like the, oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
GG's. I just want to cut in and say Sajam thinks Vega is strong in this build, but at the same time he doesn't think my Sagat is strong in 4. So there.
Yeah, we got to discredit him.
Yeah. Continue as you were.
Oh man, what was I on? What was my flow?
I don't remember. It was Ryu. You were talking about Ryu.
Oh, yeah. Ryu. And then so for this, it makes sense. Like the closer that we're getting to the final product of the game, that Ryu is seeming more strong, and I like that he seems like almost too strong in this build, because then that bodes well for like the other characters also getting like brought up to like a level that is, equal to, Ryu, because he's supposed to be like the defining, like, and then everybody's supposed to be
Block, yeah.
around him.
He's supposed to be
right.
central to the
Character design.
balance,
Yeah.
in the character design. So I like to see that he's really good. So I think that bodes well for the final product of the game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. I think in general though, Ryu's really fucking good. Like he has his fireball recovers faster than I thought it did. That was the key thing. It's like when I was playing Ryu, I could feel the power, and when I was playing against Ryu, I could also feel the power.
Yeah.
So to me, like in this beta, in this build, I can't even talk. I'm sorry, I'm tired, Joe. But like he seemed really strong, both playing against him and playing as him. I couldn't find a lot of weaknesses. Like a lot of holes just came from misplay. So if I beat the other dude, it's because I got them to fuck up in some way. And if they beat me, it's because I fucked up in way.
Yeah.
Now obviously that's necessary to win and lose in any situation, but some situations are harder to deal with.
It was kind of hard to open them up
on your opponent. But with Ryu, I didn't really feel a lot of those situations. So I don't know, man. 5 in general, it seemed like the random factor on Wake Up is really strong, because you don't have a lot of options to escape on Wake Up. So now your choices are either to respect your opponent's Wake Up or pressure them on Wake Up. And the fact that you can crush counter DP doesn't stop certain players. Like, the fact that you can crush counter it doesn't mean that your opponent is going to block every time, right? So, like, since the risk is inherently higher, you would think, okay, people are going to DP less. But that's not necessarily true. I mean, yes, they will DP less, but they're going to be smarter about when they sprinkle it in. And because of how momentum heavy every character is in 5, one DP can change the tide of a match.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing a character that needs momentum. And if they're on the other end of it, if their defense isn't as strong, like let's say Dowsum, or who's a character that doesn't have a strong defense? Dowsum,
Nash
Vega.
doesn't really have...
Nash, yeah, Nash is very momentum dependent. If any of those characters gets the momentum flipped on them, then it's very hard for them to grab it back because they don't have the best escape options. So I feel like that creates an interesting mind game for characters that are maybe less crazy. You know, like, I guess it's maybe not the best term for it, but a character like Ryu or a character like Chun-Li, where they're not necessarily like go in and start fucking shit up, but rather more control the pace of the match, kind of slow it down type thing. If you can get that V reversal, or if you can get that DP or EX spinning bird kick. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Then
spinning bird legs.
So yeah, that's the mixture. I'm bringing them all together.
Look at bird legs.
Yeah. Fucking
Chicken feet. Speaking of bird legs, I had some chicken feet for the first
Gross.
time the other day. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I sucked them little chicken toes off.
Wait, so
it was weird.
Who were you guys playing for a majority of the beta?
I don't like chicken legs. For me, I played Nikali, Karen when she got added. Nikali, Karen, Vega, Nash, Ryu, Chun, and Geef. And I gotta say, I probably played them all evenly, except Vega. I played a bit more.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
Dude, it sucked. I only had time to play. It was my mom's 50th birthday this weekend. We had a bunch
Happy
of
birthday to Nick's mom.
Cute.
Yeah. Shout outs to mama. Yeah, so we had family over and stuff. I only got to play Friday night when everybody went to sleep, and I was up till like 6 in the morning
There we go.
playing by myself. And I just got in as much Nikali as I possibly could. I was just trying to get as high up in the rankings as I possibly could, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to sustain it. And I was just like, how far can I get? I ended up getting to like rank 91, I think, and then I got off. But in that time, like I got to play against a big variety of the cast. I played against Laura's. I played against Nash's.
Oh yeah, Laura. I played Laura too.
I played against a lot of really good Ryus, and I got to play several players that were between like the 1 and 50 rank.
Nice.
And
I did not get that.
When I got to do that, like honestly, I was bored. Most of the time, just excited to play Street Fighter V. But these guys, most of the people suck. When I got to play the people that were in the upper echelons of the rankings, this game's hella fun.
Yeah.
This game's so much fun.
I can feel that.
I agree.
I don't know, man. Like, against... I know it's like, it's supposed to be, yo, the skill gap is like so strong now, and if you're a good player, you never lose to bad players in 5. I was getting blown out by these dudes mashing DP all day. Like,
DP's strong, man.
It's like,
I was getting DP now so many times.
Stupid. It's so stupid to do DP, right? Because of the inherent risks. So, like, I think it's just because it was Vega. Because when I was playing Chun, I didn't really experience this. But, like, if I was getting the pressure started, I was getting my bullshit going, and then they just like DP'd me. I was a fucking turtle. I was on my back and I couldn't get up. And I just like they just ran set play. And like I know this dude's neutral game is not that strong. So I'm not saying he's necessarily bad. He just may not be the most experienced player. But for me to guess between hit and throw and I get stunned after getting knocked down, like if I guess wrong on a DP and they pop me, I have 2 chances. If I fuck up twice, I'm stunned, and then pretty much I've lost. So if you're a character with low stun like Dalsum or Vega, it's not good times, man. Like honestly, it feels really hard to run through more of the crazy players with those characters. But maybe that's just my inexperience, and I'm not really sure how to use safe options to open people up. But it seemed to me like a lot of the stuff that Vega had to do to open people up was pretty unsafe. So
with the risk versus reward like change of DPs, I think you kind of got to like shift your, I think this is true for everybody. You've got to shift your mentality to understand that that player type that would have DP'd maybe like 60% of the time might now be that player type that's going to DP like 95% of the time, just because they're like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
really.
I just saw you make like this weird look. So like, it's
Yeah.
like not.
Well, wait, why would
What I
they
mean
DP
is like
more?
they're like, okay, I would DP more of the time than not, because in Street Fighter 4 it's totally worth it. I'm gonna have bar probably the next time I try it, and I can make it safe. But now, and so it's not as risky, so to speak,
So
because you don't crush
so they would
counter.
DP
But these
less
same
then?
players, they like to play on the risky side. These player types, they play on
Right.
the risky side. So when something's more risky, they think that these types of players think that the other guy thinks that. And so there's no way that I'm just going to keep doing it, or there's no way that like I'm going to do it this first time, or at this critical moment where like the pace, like if this DP whiffs, I lose. Like, no, they're like, this is the time that I'm going to throw it.
I mean, I don't think they're thinking that much into it. I think it's more like, I don't know how to deal with this pressure. I don't want to be in pressure. I'm just going to DP because I know he's going to apply pressure. I think that's it. Like, honestly, I really don't think they're...
Players.
I think that's the majority of people, because I was there once, and I'm like, yo, if I don't know what this dude's doing, fuck this dude. I'm just going to DP. He's going to be on the ground. I'm going to run my set play. And, like, I didn't even know what the fuck set play was. I just knew that, like, Tiger Knee was unblockable. So I'm going to do Tiger Knee, and it's going to hit people. OG Sagat player. You know, this was back in vanilla, and that's how I laid it down on the people.
Strong back then.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had it. My mentality was never block, because if you are blocking at any point in the match, then you are already losing. So I should never be blocking, and that's
It's not
what
a
these
healthy way to
dudes.
play Street Fighter.
Shout out to
Just like
Teleniners.
this.
No, that's
Everybody know. Just joining us. This is not how we play Street Fighter.
this is how we play Street Fighter.
We've
I don't know
grown
what you're talking about.
as individuals.
We block at least 7% of the
Fuck you,
time now.
Steve. No, like legitimate. Like, this is how you win tournaments. So back on topic. Anyways,
Wait. I want to talk about my Sagat though. I'm
fuck
sorry.
you, Prag. All right, so
No, I'm just kidding. My geef.
you
So
geef.
for real.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Fighter
No,
five.
hey, bitch, I'm not done talking. Let me
No,
finish my
no, I'm
tangent.
gonna cut you. I'll talk
no,
about my
no,
character.
I'm almost done. I'm more than halfway there. I'm almost across the road.
No,
Let me just finish
Go
the
ahead.
turn.
Go ahead, Sal. Go ahead.
Okay, so what was I talking about again? Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, so Vega and shit. I think it's not necessarily that these dudes are like risk rewarding the DP and they're really like measuring the shit out, but rather that they just don't want to be in pressure. And in order to win with certain characters, you have to disrespect people and apply pressure. But when you get that DP, if they don't have proper escape options, then it's really, I don't know, man, it just feels really hard. There's not a lot of defensive options in the game. And I think that really hurts characters. Like, the fact that there's no focus attack and no invincible backdash really helped characters without defensive options, right? Like, characters like Vega, characters like Sim, characters like, who utilize focus backdash a lot?
Rose.
I mean,
Chun-Li.
Rose, yeah, Chun, those are another characters that didn't have reliable reversal options. That really helped them, having those defensive options. Now that they're not present in 5, I feel like comebacks are much more prevalent, because the player that can abuse footsie tools will typically gain the lead, right? So, like, let's say I'm playing Vega and I'm playing against Ryu. First of all, I don't think that match is in Vega's favor, right? I think it's a pretty hard match. It's definitely dependent on what the Ryu player is doing. So if they're throwing fireballs, I have to adjust to that. If they're not throwing fireballs and they're just trying to space me out, I have to adjust to that as well. So it's a lot like, of course it's not unwinnable. It's not necessarily like very bad either. But I think it's similar to Fei Long Geef in Street Fighter 4, where the match is entirely dictated by the Fei Long player. So if I'm playing against Ryu and I can abuse Vega's footsie tools and get a life lead, maybe let's say I get 50%, 40%, 60% even. If they get one knockdown, or if they start pressuring me and I have my V gauge built up and then I backflip, and then on reaction to the backflip they sweep me, or they just walk up and throw me, or let's say they have me in the corner and they just pressure me, then I can't do anything. Like, I literally can't do anything. And they have all the tools to pressure me, and I have no tools to get out of pressure. So now what the fuck am I going to do? I can eat shit. Because so Steve, the common thought is that Vega has the best V skill in the game, which mid-screen, very potentially he does, because you can just get the fuck out and like nobody can challenge that. But if you're in the corner and somebody's frame trapping you and you try to V skill, you flip back into the corner and then they can just pressure you. So you don't really get anything
and it's
for it.
punishable too, right?
I'm not sure if it's punishable. I was never
on...
punished for it, but I definitely had to block. Or I had to take the block or throw mix up. Like if you
hit them, I think if they block one of your like faster recovery moves,
like a jab,
they just happen. Yeah, like if they happen to be reversal a jab, I think you could punish it. But that's not likely to happen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that makes sense. The problem is like in the corner, that's when I want it the most. That's when I want to have a fucking V reversal. And the fact that Vegas doesn't even hit, that sucks dick. Like honestly, that sucks really bad. That's the reason why I would use it, is to get off me and reset the space. But I kind of understand, because if Vega had something like that, his neutral game would be very strong. But then again, his anti-air game is so weak against close jump-ins. Like his air throw is slow as fuck. Even though it has no height restriction on activation, the startup frames are incredibly slow. So if somebody does a jump cross-up and they see you jump, they just press a button, you get knocked out of the air, and now you have to guess on a hit or throw when they land. And since Vega has no invincible move, and you can't V reversal, you cannot V reversal before you get hit. You have nothing. You can't do anything except like block and delay tech. So you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed in a lot of instances if they close the gap. And the same can be said for Chun to a lesser extent, and definitely the same can be said for Nash. Nikali somewhat, but since he has that EXDP, it definitely helps. I don't know, man. It just seems to me like the meta in 5 is becoming less like the footsie savior that people were trying to say it was, and more get in, start derping people, and then you can win. But some characters have pretty good footsie tools. But if you know footsies, and you know like, okay, this character can't anti-air me, I'm just going to jump at them when they can't anti-air. GG's. Now I'm going to derp you. That's pretty much all you have to do. And that kind of sucks for me, because I'm a fan of like footsies. But, you know, derping people is pretty fun too. So that's cool.
Just going hand on
it is early on though. I mean, that is probably gonna. I mean, with offense being so strong in the game, and that's what people like usually take a liking to in the beginning, anyways. Like they just want to get their shit started.
Right.
That is gonna be really strong for, you know, the beginning of the game. But once people start figuring out, you know, what's punishable, the proper footsie tools that you should be using in the neutral, and you know, getting better at recognizing jump-ins and when players are going to do that, when, you know, where on the screen they're going to do that, what the appropriate response is. Maybe we'll see it, you know, eventually that it will balance itself out and become more of that footsie-based like savior game that people want it to be, or like hoped it would be. Some people hoped it would be.
I think
don't know, man.
Potentially, but it's not going to be with Vega, you know, like, or it's not going to be with a
like,
character that has a huge hole in their game. Because like footsies is like, okay, I beat you on the ground, so now what is your option? You can jump. Like if you're beaten on the ground, then you're going to try to do it at the air. You're going to try to approach me at the air. So if I can't stop you from jumping at me, or if I can't punish you for doing that, then it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter if I beat you on the ground, because you indefinitely win in the air, and I can't do anything to stop you from doing that. So like, you know, it's one of those things where Vega doesn't win every matchup on the ground either. Once people found out like, okay, you can actually play around stand medium punch and claw stance, and in unclawed you can play around crouch medium punch considerably easy. Like it's not, or relatively easy I should say. It's not like he doesn't have a win button. It's not like his crouch strong and stand medium kick in 4, where there were much more dominant footsie tools that were very hard to play around. In 5, stand medium punch is totally whip punishable. So is crouch medium punch. Slide is punishable on block. His leg kick roll is at least -5 in the latest beta phase as well. So that sucks. Like it's not even like an even thing, and it's not like he's pushed back too far that you can't punish it. Ryu can straight up crouch fierce into DP. Like yo.
In the final build.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely is because people have been complaining about Vega. Like they're like, yo, Vega top tier nerf. So they nerfed his anti-airs, so they're less reliable. So now
he perfectly fine as like a -1 thing, because you could just jab and counter hit it, and then it opened up the complexity of him. Like, okay, well, what if the Vega player just decides to not jab right away, delay it, walk back, make your jab whiff, and then whiff punish you? All right, so if he's gonna do that, then you gotta like wait and hold your button for a tiny bit of a second, and then if they're gonna back up, you can back up too, and now you're out of the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they can, you know, if they want to keep pressing the button immediately after they've recovered, all right, you just keep pressing your 3-frame jab, and they keep losing. Like,
this crouching jab is pretty good, man.
Crouching jab is money bags.
Vertical boys.
Hey, y'all, booling. Big B's.
Big B's.
Big B's.
Big B's on his knees.
Steve knows about Big B's.
These characters are super strong.
Is that an insult?
I
can't tell. Maybe because B's could be balls or boobs. Anyways,
I wasn't sure what he was saying, honestly.
That's fair.
I just thought it was like boys, like we big boys.
Big boys.
Big boys.
Big boys.
Yo, yeah. It is Geef time. Red Cyclone time.
Okay,
Red Cyclone. Yeah, Prag. Let's hear about your.
That's what you've been playing with.
Yes, the money. Ryu, that matchup was hard. It was really hard, really hard, because I would knock him down, and that is when I realized that it was -5, because I was getting grabbed, and I wasn't sure because I was playing teleporting people. You know, all my opponents had this trait called teleporting, because I'm from Europe. So the rollback was not helping me, but I realized that I was getting grabbed out of everything, and I was like, whoa, hold up. I was like, okay, so I had to start EX SPDing, because I'm not sure if the startup was faster or not. I'm not sure. We can't confirm that at the moment. But
shout outs. Continue. I don't see how you can draw that conclusion. Shout outs.
What's it called? But I don't know. His neutral tools are really good. I think he's an incredibly strong character just because you can outplay people in the Yomi perspective.
I need more explanation on like what is good about his footsie tools, because from what I saw,
they all look like booty.
They look like shit. So
like doo-doo. I think his media kick, dabu, man. He's
the one that just like goes straight
boom, just real quick, bro. You push a button, nothing, it's done. But honestly, his tools, I just found out
not a bad one
recently that you could because the problem was fireballs. Honestly, when Ryu would go Denjin mode and fireball, I would lariat, and he could fireball at the ending of my recovery frames, only in Denjin mode. So normally you would just lariat to get up past the fireballs. But I found out you can also for the most part. So you could do forward fierce, and he does like a headbutt, and you can actually absorb the fireballs. So that was a nice tool. Yeah, so I learned that, and when he would go Denjin, I would just kind of shit myself. So I would try to do the parry, and because you can walk up with it, and it like pretty much ends instantaneously. So instead of like blocking on people's wake ups, I would just go up and parry, because most of the time, like as you guys were saying, they would just DP all the fucking time. They would literally just DP, and I'd be like, dude, like, are you okay? I SPD'd some guy twice in a row. This happened multiple times. I would SPD him twice, walk up, block, he would DP again, and he did it a third time for no reason. This guy just kept doing it. People just kept doing it. It was ridiculous. And it would just stop, and then we'd go back to neutral, and I'd have to just work my way in again and try to open him up.
Yeah,
I think people like their experience with the beta is teaching them that like people are eventually gonna go for meaty pressure.
Right.
So they're just gonna like, all right, like, let me just see if it's gonna work again. Like they're probably gonna go for meaty pressure. Like you know, after the first time, you're like, dude, no way they think I'm dumb enough to keep doing it again. And then after the second time, you're like, okay, no way they think I'd do it again.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't think these dudes are thinking like that. I think they're just like, yo,
some of
this
the guys
dude's a fucking
at the upper
scrub.
levels are.
Well, no, that's why I was playing higher ranked people, and they were doing that as well. I mean, maybe it's because I was Zangief, and they were just like, get off me, bro.
Yeah.
But it was actually kind of ridiculous. Also, I wanted to mention, when you quick get up, it is, oh my god, you were at an advantage at that moment. Honestly, I feel that way. When you quick get up, You can't. Maybe it's because I'm so used to Vortex and Hard Knockdown, and like, I'm gonna get started on my Oki. Like, no, like these people just wake up, button, wake up something, wake up
Mhm.
anything, and they would always beat my options out.
Well,
And
the
you
thing
have to-
about the wake up timing is like before in meaties, you have to time them once their feet are off the ground. But in 5, you can press a button as you're rising, and it'll like you'll teleport up and be pressing a button. So you have to press your meaties earlier in order to crush on quick wake up.
okay,
So yeah, it's
You're
like
talking
the wake
about,
up
like,
timing
after
is different.
command
in 5.
grab though, right? Like,
Well,
and then
just
you,
any
and then
ins-
you try to like dash in, and then like
I
get
think
Yeah,
you
that's
still
true,
have
that's true,
time.
actually.
I'm pretty sure you
Like,
still have
you're-
time after you command grab. to
nah,
dash
bro,
in.
they wake.
Nah, you're at
Are you
advantage.
sure?
If you try to dash in after command grab, I think it's with most characters. Definitely is true.
No,
for
with
Geef.
Geef
and for-
specifically.
With you specifically.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
I don't know,
pretty
man. I
sure.
feel
You have
like
to
I was
check it
gonna-
out more. I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure
need to
like
play more.
you're at. I think you're negative.
I don't think so.
Like if
'Cause
they
I
wake
would
up with
dash
a butt.
up and I would get hit because they'd be up by the time I would die because Geeves is slow
If
as
somebody-
motherfucker.
Maybe you can just walk, man.
anybody-
I,
So,
like,
ooh.
I know you can. I know you can SPD walk up and meaty. So I don't know if it's a dash up meaty or if it's
Maybe
a
it was
walk
the
up meaty.
specific SPD that I was using because you might be right on light SPD, but on
Mhm.
heavy SPD, I'd have
If
to.
somebody did that in the chat, check that out. Try that out in training mode. Let us know. We need the clarification.
Nick, no one has this yet. What do you mean?
No, I said did. If you did that
Oh,
in the
okay.
training mode, gosh,
Trying to get people to fucking
Open your ear
download
balls.
some illegal shit, man.
damn.
Ridiculous.
balls in here.
What illegal shit? I don't know about that.
Yo, boy.
Naturally. Okay, so let's do like a quick summary then of the characters that were in the beta and how we
Alright.
felt about it. I think Vega completely overrated.
I could.
He's a strong character, you know what I mean? Like he definitely has tools to be tricky and to he can beat almost any player, but he can be beaten by solid play, 1 by solid play and 2 by Durbin. So if you know how to apply pressure very solidly, then I feel Vega is considerably less scary. Just because, like, I don't know, man. His V reversal isn't necessarily the best. And if the Vega player is thinking, then it's easier to beat them. And if you know that they're thinking and you could tell how they're thinking, then you can kind of feel them out and feel like, okay, this is how I should pressure them. And I know Vega has no answers for this. So then, boom.
I mean, that
You know,
that
you're
excites
good to go.
me if that's all true, because I mean, it seems like a lot of top players think Vega's awesome, so they're gonna play him. So then that's cool. Like, if
I don't
he's
think they're
not-
gonna play
if he's
Vega.
not as good.
Yeah, I mean-
then I could just come in there with that derp. You know what I'm saying?
I believe Infiltration was at the top of the charts, all the way on the top with Vega.
No,
He
he
was
was
using-
not.
he was
That's
using
actually
Nash.
factually inaccurate. Yeah,
No, literally. Well, he had the picture of Vega on his thing.
I mean, he could
Most of
maybe
the
he
matches
played
I've seen
Vega
him play
for a
were
couple of
Nash.
games.
He's been
but
playing
that
Nash.
doesn't
Yeah.
mean-
Well, that's why I was confused. So, what is that? Just favorite character that you pick, or what is
That's
that?
just the character that you choose. Like you know how like you can set favorite character, and then that's when you search in ranked match. That's the character that you play with. So he could have just switched it, played
To
with
Vega.
Vega a couple of games,
Oh, okay.
switch it to Nash. It's
I
not
thought
the
it was-
character that you've played the most. It's
Oh, okay,
whatever
okay,
character you
okay.
have set.
Yo,
And also there
watching
was
him with
the
Nash-
number 1 was the fake infiltration, which was tool assisted. So that was not the real infiltration.
Oh, shit.
Tool Assistant was number 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's funny. Oh my
The
The
god.
god.
Yep.
So,
The God tool
for
assistant.
you, god,
Yo, when I
Vega,
was
thank
watching
God.
Infiltration with Nash, dash up throw is like
he would dash up twice
so
after
good,
fireball.
so good.
Yeah, so
much
okay, so
time.
quick note
Crazy,
about
man.
Nash. He was very strong in the second beta. In like beta 2, Nash is fucking ridiculous. Like he was ridiculous in the initial beta, he was ridiculous in beta 1, beta 2, and now they nerfed him in beta 3 and he's still ridiculously ridiculous. Like Nash is one of those characters where I like his archetype, just the way that the character is designed. It's really hard to make him bad. You know what I mean? Like he's got fireball, he has anti-fireball, he has rushdown and some anti-rushdown. He doesn't have the best anti-rushdown, but with that being said, he has the DP, which is very fast and is very solid anti-air directly above his head. So like if there's anything going on like directly above him or slightly behind him, that DP just fucking catches that shit and he gets bolt hits. If there's anything going on like in front of him, he has his choice of anti-airs. Like if he wants to do stand medium kick, neutral stand medium kick, crouch medium punch, stand heavy kick, neutral jump fierce, neutral jump roundhouse, EXDP, he can do any of those, and almost all of them are valid. And like where the other ones might struggle a little bit, So, you have 3 other options that cover that consistently. So Nash is ridiculous. That being said, in 4 you had Cammy Illuminati, and that was like you played a shit ton of Cammy. You had the fucking Cammy army. Now in 5 it's straight up Nash army. Like if you are not initiated, if you don't play Nash, you will be initiated. And initiation is gonna jump at like 7 Nashes in the row, like just boom, 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 7 Nashes, back to back. And like it's a real thing now. So I play Nash now, is what I'm saying. I'll catch you guys at Evo.
You almost got me on that Nash train
I
too.
play Nash.
I think I'm probably gonna pick him up slightly.
Oh my gosh.
He's really good, man. There's no reason not to have him. And you need additional characters in this game for sure.
Yeah. Well, Bazooka Knee fucking anti-airs. Like, Bazooka Knee is so fast. This shit is a consistent anti-air from distance. Are you fucking... Bazooka Knee. We are Bazooka boys. Like, there's no reason to not Bazooka Knee all day long. And if you hit Bazooka Knee at the tip, I thought they took this out because they slowed down Bazooka Knee. They made it minus, like, 5 or something on block. I think they made it punishable on block. So that was one thing about Bazooka Knee. But it's still safe if you space it at the tip. And you can also combo off of it if you space it at the tip as well. So you can Bazooka Knee into target combo, into fucking flip kicks, into set play, and then into winner's bracket. And you can just float along until you make top 8.
Just target combo to money.
Into money backs, like straight up.
Money.
The shit is... Shout out to Nash.
They're just going to have that money laid out for you on the table like a poker championship.
Please stop.
Just money on the table.
When are we going to get to that point, dude? Capcom Cup, like some hot chick comes out in her bathing suit.
Yep.
And she just dumps a bunch of cash, like all over Daigo's head.
Yeah.
Just here you go.
Donate
Woo!
this.
And he's just sitting there all calm, like doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Tosses it to the nearest charity behind him.
Exactly.
Like I want that to happen.
Soon, .jpg, soon. Couple years.
All right, so continuing on in the vein of characters.
Yeah.
Who do you think we're gonna see the most in tournament?
Hold on.
Fucking Nash. Yo, Nash Illuminati. Like, straight up, no
Nash
question.
and Cammy, I think, are gonna be.
Nash, Cammy, really?
Nash, I think Nash and Karen. Nash, Karen, Cammy, and
Ryu.
Laura. Ryu, yeah, absolutely. Fucking Ryu Illuminati is also a real thing. I want to catch up a chat real quick. So Brandon says, what do you think of Ryu? Fucking ridiculous, that character's strength. Like, straight up. Any character that has a parry like that has to be money bags. What do you think of Combo Fiend is implying with this tweet saying the game will be different on day 1? Different balance or different trolls? Tools, maybe he meant to say? Maybe he meant to say trolls. I think...
different fangs.
Different fang boys.
I don't think it's gonna be as drastic as other people might be thinking that he's implying. I don't think they're just gonna be like, just kidding, all that beta stuff that you guys been practicing this whole time. We knew you were gonna crack it and like try to practice and stuff. You idiots. And then just like change the whole design of the game. Like, yeah, man, son. We just made you. We wanted you.
Hey, maybe, man.
You never know.
That's actually builds we had like 3 years ago before, like, you know.
I could see that happening, man, because they changed so much.
I think it's just like frame data. Frame data stuff's gonna change.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be surprised like what made it in, what didn't.
Yeah. I think they've definitely been doing a lot of internal balance testing, because the thing to keep in mind, like, people think that Combo Fiend is the only player that Capcom has.
Oh, Illuminati.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing about it is Combo Fiend is one player that Capcom has. Capcom also has other players in the US that aren't as vocal in the community, and they also have an entire Japan branch that they hired people like Combo Fiend for the Japanese scene. And they are very strong Japanese players that are able to find tech and balance the game. So Combo Fiend is not the only person that they brought on specifically for Street Fighter V, or to balance their games from a competitive standpoint. So it's not just Combo. they have a lot of players that are testing shit and that are finding tech and trying to balance the game to the best of their abilities on release. So yeah, man. I mean, I think the game is really interesting. I think it's
so I want to talk about a character that I think like people initially thought was like gonna be really good, and then for some reason like he's just got no. Some reason people have thought or like been less vocal about him. I don't know if they just got bored with him or some of his changes made him seem a lot worse. I think Birdie's still in the running, dude. I think Birdie's still up there.
Boys, man. Oh my god,
he's super like cookie cutter.
Oh my god, yo,
you can react to that.
You can throw the bananas down. What are you talking about? You can't react to shit, dog. You just throw the boogers.
Like, when that boy jumps at you, he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna grab that."
Swan diving.
But if you're doing like smart play, you're gonna be jumping at times like that don't make sense, or like that are difficult at ranges that are difficult to respond to, Look at his normals. Like, you can't look at his normals. And, like, that crouching jab. That crouching jab, and then, like, you're
Right, thanks.
immediately spaced out for stand strong, and then
Birdie's
right after that,
triple
you're immediately
bay.
spaced out for standing heavy punch that reaches, like, mid-screen. Couple that with, like, okay, so, like, his buttons make you not want to press buttons within a certain distance. That same distance that you don't want to press buttons in after he's made you not want to press buttons is where he can start command throwing you.
Yeah, no, exactly
Range.
that.
I don't
Like,
know. I think that character
his-
is like
Birdie is
Yes.
fucking ridiculous,
Are
man.
you
Like,
16
I had a
for
ton of
agent,
fun
or
playing
what?
Birdie. I don't think I lost a single game playing Birdie, and I don't know how to play Birdie. So, what does that tell you? I think it tells you everyone in the beta sucks. But we can say it's that my Birdie's got
didn't
that.
think he was strong in this build.
Hmm?
Okay.
I think the weakest. I don't know. You guys
Oh,
are
what's up,
Nikali
Gopin?
fans. I think Nikali was the weakest.
They will probably
Oh,
replace whoever
God,
Prag
dude,
decides
you don't
to
know
play
what
and
you're
release,
talking
at
about.
least
You
we
think
can hope
Nikali's the
it's
weakest
him.
character in the
You guys.
game?
Like his frame trap.
Oh, what up, Gopin?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, tell me why Nikali is.
I don't know. He just seemed very underwhelming. Like his frame traps are good, but other than that, I just felt very underwhelmed. Like I didn't feel like he stood out.
Nakale.
I don't know. I'm thinking. Let me think of the characters.
Oh, man, just wait till you.
Yeah.
You gonna show me the truth?
Just no, I want you to just feel that way so that you
Um,
sleep on me when we hit it off in that bracket.
Yeah, we gotta.
You'd be like, man, this character's weak as fuck. You'd be
Yeah,
telling that to
honestly,
my face
Nakali
when
is
you're-
like strong as fuck.
Dude, Nikali doesn't even need Super Saiyan to be strong. Like that's what people like are not seeing.
Yeah,
Like he's already strong in his non-Super Saiyan form.
Java style with the emotes.
And he doesn't have to go Super Saiyan, so he can have 3 Viva reversals. He admittedly doesn't have the best Viva reversal, but it's an option. He's got 3 of them, and if he's really struggling, you can pop that Super Saiyan and just go 8.
The thing I like to do is like you can use it as a footsie tool. You know what I mean? So you can stand medium kick, and then pop it, and you can see what they do. Because like if you hit it, obviously you can combo, and if not, then you're at a position where if you got the crush counter off of it, then you get an easy combo. And if you just like pop them, then again combo. And if they block it, I am not sure if he's at frame advantage. He might be at frame disadvantage afterwards. So maybe you're gonna have to like back off. But you still got a free activation of his V trigger. So that's pretty good, man.
Something that's cool in this is only in Super Saiyan, but this works in non-Super Saiyan mode. Is whiff punishing normals and option selecting a slash into them. And you can whiff punish like next time you get a chance to get in that training mode, which is not going to be till the game comes out, but when you do,
Right, not gonna be till the
or
game
if
comes
you
out.
do, go into training mode and try whiff punishing buttons from a range that does not make sense,
Okay.
and it works. The hurt boxes are different in this game, dude. Are different.
Okay.
And like you can his stand medium punch and his crouching medium kick can whiff punish things that like you just don't expect them to be able to. And so in Super Saiyan mode, you don't even need to be holding charge to get the slash to combo.
Oh my god.
So you
that's
can just
dope.
option select. You can just be pressing buttons in the neutral and just keep option selecting. You just do
Yeah.
like it's almost like a parry. Like you just keep doing the back and forth thing, option selecting a slash into every normal, pressing them at a range that'll whiff punish their normal if they press it at a bad moment, and then
Yeah.
boom, you're in.
Okay.
Like, that's nuts.
I,
That's
I
only one
apologize.
thing.
I
That's only
apologize.
one thing.
You
That's
show
only-
you showing me stats.
But he also
No
has
one- no
command
one
grab.
showed me
I feel like that's
But
a
also
that's a key thing is he also has like command grab. So
yeah, I mean command grab's nuts. But also check this out. You can whiff punish most things within a certain range in non-Super Saiyan mode with crouching medium kick and uppercut. There's a range at which it whiffs though, so you got to be careful. But in Super Saiyan mode, no matter what range you're at, for the most part, a crouching medium kick into uppercut
Okay.
hit
Yeah.
is like a legit whiff punish, and like you're in.
so
A load of damage.
not to like divert too much from the topic that we were discussing, but just like hearing about Nikali and thinking about all the characters in the game, the fact that so many characters have both an overhead and a command grab to open people up. The thing about fighters traditionally, especially in Street Fighter, character has either had an overhead or they've had a command grab, and those were there are 2 options to open somebody up. And if they had both, that character was top tier, like straight up. Look at Fei Long, for example, overhead and a command grab. Look at Yun, overhead and a command grab. Characters that only have one and not the other are generally considered at least a little bit weaker because now their pressure is not as strong. You don't have so many guesses that you have to make when they get in. Now, thinking about all the characters that are in 5, it seems like every fucking character in their mama has a fucking overhead and a command grab. Nash, Nikali,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, actually. I mean, maybe it's just because I've only seen a lot of Nash and Nikali since they've been in the betas. But Laura has an overhead, Nikali has an overhead, Nash has an overhead.
Does Birdie have an overhead?
I'm not sure, but he does. He has like can mix-ups and shit, so I kind of count that. But
no, I don't think he does.
Yeah, probably not.
But he can command grab you from full screen. So.
He can command grab you. Yeah, it's. I don't know, man. It's like I think Rushdown is incredibly strong in 5, and I think it's a really interesting choice in the meta. I don't know if I'm necessarily a fan, but it's definitely a thing.
It's cool.
Nikali does Rushdown really, really fucking well, and he can get in.
And frame trap, like a money bag maker.
So that is.
I'm sorry.
Some of the reasons why I think Nikali's strong. No, I hope that everyone just thinks that character sucks for the first like 6 months, so I prove him wrong.
I think someone in chat said Ken was kind of doo-doo as well. I didn't run into any Kens at all.
I did run into Laura's though. They also said
they were all laggy.
I played a couple good Laura's.
Steve probably thinks like
once I figured out how to punish
the game needs Elena or something.
Shoulder thing. Then I realized like, oh wait, this Elena stuff is like kind of stupid.
It's stupid, yeah. Fireball pressure is really good.
Yeah.
You had to hold that. You had to hold that Oki. It's kind of
straight up. Yeah. Also, Sim. Okay, so what did you guys think of Sim?
I thought it was dope.
I didn't get a chance to play him at all.
I thought it was really dope.
Yeah.
He's got some shenanigans.
I did see some cool shit that Justin was coming up with though on Twitter. Of like I don't know. It was nuts. It was like crush counter off of an anti-air, and then like instant air teleport into a combo into like another juggle into like 2 fucking air flamethrowers.
So I was like, that's pretty tight. That sounds pretty dope.
It was just like, oof.
Yeah.
Oof. And then it stunned off of like he did like 2 combos, 2 of those in a row, and it stunned. I was like, that's pretty tight.
Mendoza man's trying to break the game. Yeah, I mean, for me, like Vega, excuse me, I'm just gonna bitch about Vega more. Please buff Vega, Capcom. No, Dalsum in general, he seemed okay. And the reason why I'm going to say okay is because he was very meter dependent for me. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong, but when I was playing, it seemed like a lot of his mix-ups and a lot of his pressure came from using like the EX Yoga Flame and then doing Yoga Gale afterwards, or like EX Yoga Fire, or doing like Yoga Fire or Yoga Flame Teleport and then EX Yoga Flame. Like, I don't know. You have to use meter in order to get damage and to get mix-up opportunity with Dalsum. So he inherently has a problem in that regard, because he doesn't have access to super, and he doesn't have access to a reliable reversal in most instances. So
I feel like he'll build the super.
Well, yeah, he does have ability to build super because he can force people to block his normals, but the fact that all of his forward normals, like the ones that go this way, are slower now, that kind of sucks for Sim. Because like before, he had like the stand light kick and the crouch jab and the stand medium punch, which all demanded respect, and it all forced your opponent to block. And every time your opponent blocks, you get meter, right? So he was able to kind of build meter a little bit faster in that regard. If he had options like that, then he would be able to build meter faster.
I have a question. Does teleport have startup
before it's invincible?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, it didn't seem like it to me, but you know, I didn't like test it specifically. Maybe. I didn't try to put a meaty on him.
Yeah, I was trying to hit a meaty and he would teleport out.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows?
But I'm not sure. Like I said, a lot of my shit was lagging. So.
Yeah, you were fighting in Guatemala, so.
I was fighting Italians and French.
That's pretty sick. International warrior.
International warrior.
Dude, I'm telling you though, I was playing people from Japan, and I had a connection that was. I mean, it was still kind of jumpy, but you know, when I could tell that they had a good connection too, it was like it was playable. It was, like I felt like we were having legit mind games.
Let me see. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Japan's.
I mean, sometimes he would just teleport on top of me and throw me like in a dash, and I was like, all right, now I know you're like abusing this shit on purpose. But
yeah,
there were a couple games I was just mashing SPD, and you know,
and you shamelessly won.
I shamelessly won. Why was I trying to use my brain? And there legitimately there was like a 3 times slowed down version in one match.
Problem.
Yeah, damn, he mad.
But
I have no idea why that should happen to you guys. I had great connections. The majority of my games were near
Gobe from Lancaster too? Like just got bodied?
No, Gobe from WNF, man. He cool guy.
Yeah, Gobe boys.
I don't know, man. Some people got fucked and some people had really good connections. It was kind of stupid, like how they chose to do that. Like, I mean, it's cool. Last beta, whatever. Not salty.
Oh well. Yeah, Street Fighter 5. I'm not excited for the game at all, almost. Yeah. I like it as much as 4.
What?
So,
Where did that come from?
Salty. His Vega's not good, man.
yeah.
I want
actually.
a good character.
Where did that come from, dude? Okay, like 2 weeks ago, you had the opposite sentiment. So
Yeah, but the more that I'm playing the game and the more that I'm seeing, like, okay, this is probably how it's going to have to be played to win it. I don't really like it anymore. But then again, I was very tired when I was playing. So, like, the majority of times I'd either just woken up or I was, like, falling asleep at my desk. So, you know, that's not the best time to be playing Street Fighter. That's not, like, you know, the best time to use your brain.
no, that's a recipe for salt.
No, I mean, I
It's
wasn't
like
really
terrible
losing.
time.
That's the thing. Like, it's like I was losing maybe 10% of the games that I played, 5%. So, like, I mean,
pretty
that's a
good
good
using
amount
a
of
bunch of those
losses, but that's like one
But you were
every.
using a bunch of characters. Like
Yeah.
I lost twice and I was mad about it.
I mean, that's fair too. I don't know. I didn't really give a fuck about winning or losing. It just seemed like in order to win, I had to do this. You know, I had to play this way, and if I didn't play that way, then I lost because the game's like random factor is really strong. And maybe it's just because I don't know how to punish it yet, but it didn't seem like I had a lot of opportunities to. It seemed like it was a lot of pressure that was either safe or just really hard to stop. And like certain characters just didn't have an answer for. Like Bison scissor kicks. Vega has pretty much no answer for that. And Nash, the same thing. They can't really do anything about it. And certain moves that Nash does as well. Nash can't punish Nash. Like straight up,
Did
the
they
move is
change scissor
unsafe, but you
kicks
can't
back
punish it.
to -3?
What's up?
Did they change like scissor kick back to -3?
Yeah, but
That's
you
another
can't-
character we
it's-
didn't talk about.
The
By the way,
pushback, the pushback is too far.
Bison.
Oh,
Yeah,
is Bison.
Bison is a
for a
god.
lot of people.
They
to
made
be
some
able to punish.
changes in this version that kind of made up for that.
Yeah.
Scissor kick nerf.
Dude, Bison's ridiculous. I think we've talked about the 5 beta long enough though. But I
Yeah.
think
All
I
right.
think in general, yeah, you know, I think the game's gonna be pretty cool. But you know, whatever. I think it's okay.
I'm stoked.
So
dude. I'm
genuine.
stoked for it. I'm the
I'm excited.
complete opposite.
I'm really
I have
excited.
to say, like I understand. I definitely understand your point of view,
Yeah.
but I'm stoked.
Cool.
I'm
yeah,
stoked.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
like I'm just so done with Street Fighter.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm just
Get
ready
it
for
out.
this game.
Get it out of here.
Okay, so before we end it, do you guys think
Real
there's gonna be
concept.
another
What,
beta?
fuck, bitch ass? I didn't say we're. Oh, okay.
No,
we're
the
ending Street Fighter
topic.
4 time. Okay, yeah. Street Fighter 5.
Calm down.
No, you're over here.
Boy.
You
Damn.
fucker.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
I
man.
run
No,
the
but
podcast.
Do you guys think there's gonna be another beta phase before launch?
Fuck no. Maybe like a stress test.
Yeah,
but-
stress test is maybe.
It's like the game is coming out in like a month and a half. So.
They got a
Okay.
lot of work to do.
When's it coming out?
You think they
17th?
have a lot more?
16?
Damn. I was thinking they're probably not gonna, give people a beta again. What'd you say, Prag?
I said when's it coming out? 16th, 17th?
I have no idea. Sometime mid-February. I'm not really paying
After
attention. Like,
Valentine's Day?
honestly, I'm really not excited for the game like that.
February.
I'm like
What is-
low key excited for the game. Like I want to play the game so I can like, because I like playing fighting games. You know what I mean? But like
We are XR boys.
5 as a fighting game. I don't know, man. I hope it's different when I get my hands on it. Okay, go Bay knows 16th.
Thanks. 16th.
Thanks, go Bay.
16th.
Shout out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Street Fighter 5 talk. What else happened this week? Daigo giving his winnings to charity. So
What was
he
the charity?
donated. It was I believe it was the SRK Scholarship Fund. So the fund
Oh yeah,
Ski
that's
Sonic
right. That's
Fund,
right.
I believe.
I was reading some comments, man.
Go
Hello.
directly into Ski Sonic's pocket.
Oh gosh. What comments?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. But basically, like, they gave Ski Sonic a scholarship.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he got the last. He was the last
He was the
recipient
last
of the Evo
receiver.
scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's just, like, bitching in comments. And some of them
That's
were pretty...
stupid as fuck, man.
No,
Yeah.
I'm...
Yeah,
Go
we
read
shouldn't
the
even
comments.
talk
Go read the
about it.
comments. I'm not going to talk about
Alright.
it. Some of those points
Probably
are kind
just
of
gonna
Go
make me
read the
mad.
comments. Yeah, people on the internet go read the comments.
It'll probably just make me kind of mad. I don't know.
But yeah, so that's cool. I think we will see more of that once there's more money. I mean, maybe not that whole thing being donated, but that's pretty awesome seeing that.
Can you apply to it
back.
even if you're not gonna like attend the University of New York or whatever?
I
it
have
is?
no idea.
I have
I don't
no
think
idea.
so.
I'm pretty sure-
I'm
Because
pretty
that's
sure
what they
it's
make it
only in
seem.
New York.
Specifically for video game design at that college,
Okay.
Yeah.
if I read correctly.
That makes sense then.
But it's cool. It's a good cause. I appreciate. I think we should see more of that. I mean, it's a lot of money you have to give up for a fucking
There's-
scholarship, but FGC related.
I mean, other esports are seeing similar things, not necessarily for like game design for the, with money injected from the community, but stuff like scholarships for StarCraft 2 players and League players. You know, the colleges that are getting into like the intercollegiate esports arena type stuff. So yeah, I think it would be really cool to see more of that. That definitely, you know, the more we see that, the more legitimate
credibility. Did you guys? This was actually
see sports will have
a thing I wanted to mention. What was it? Twin Galaxies petition. Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh, I should have brought that up earlier.
No.
It was basically just giving credibility to video games in general. They got a lot of people to back them. I'll try to find more information when we keep talking.
Based on a signature?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna look more into it. But go ahead. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are really bitching about Ski Sonic getting the money, which, you know, say what you will about Ski Sonic's commentary, he does a lot for the fighting game community, and he's donated a lot of his time and energy to the FGC. So I think, you know, I can't hate on the scholarship going to Ski Sonic for this year. That being said, I don't think 60K went to Ski Sonic. I think the charity paid for, or scholarized, I don't know, paid for his school, at least partially. And now they're going to do it again this year, and they announced the winner around Evo times. I don't remember if it was before or after or like directly at Evo, but it was somewhere around Evo times.
Wait, people were under the impression that Daigo donated this money and then it went straight into Ski Sonic's pocket?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, well, those people are retarded.
Yeah.
It was it was some stupid stuff. It was some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I like
people
Sonic.
don't like Ski Sonic. I understand why they don't like Ski Sonic. I'm personally not a fan of his commentary, but I have nothing against him as a person because I don't really know the dude, so I can't really say one way or the other how I feel about him.
I think people just like to. He's just like the one people like to hate.
I mean, he makes himself hateable with the way that, because like just his style of commentary is very easy to hate.
I don't know.
I'm you
I
know.
don't know what that means. You don't have to elaborate.
Okay, cool. I'm not. I mean, no, I can because it's not offensive. It's just like it's not informative necessarily. It's like he just kind of says stuff. And
I think he sometimes gives misinformation. And it's like those
well,
times.
he also
people really perks up and they're like, but like, dude, you can't say all the right shit all the time. It's hard. I mean, there are people that can say all the right shit all the time. But
those people
definitely very difficult in the commentary.
You know, if you're getting paid money to commentate, I feel like you have an obligation to not like say shit that's like not correct. True. Anyways.
Different topic.
Yeah, it's a different topic. Regardless of what you think of Ski Sonic's commentary, he still does a shit ton of stuff for the community.
Absolutely.
Outside of his commentary as well, right? So like, that's not the only thing he does for fighting games, is commentary. He does a lot of other shit for the New York scene and for tournaments in general. I know I personally have heard great stories about Ski Sonic helping out with a lot of people, and also outside of the FGC, he has talked to people that are don't necessarily know a lot about fighting games, but are interested in it, and he is a great kind of like liaison between the fighting game community and people outside of it, and giving them a good impression of what it is and what it can be. So I think that Ski Sonic's very deserving of a scholarship. I don't know like the details of the scholarship or who was in the running, but I can say that you can definitely do worse than Ski Sonic. So I think it's really stupid to be mad that the scholarship chose Ski Sonic, as this dude's been working hard for the FGC and he's still in school. So why not help the dude out? With that being said, I have no idea how this charity works. I don't know if it's like a cool charity. I'm guessing it is because people think it's pretty cool generally. So yeah, I think it's just people bitching and being bitches to be bitches. And like, that's it.
BBBs.
Yeah, basically. Sure. Speaking of hate, what do you guys think about the grudge match format? Ooh, yeah, the Wednesday Night Fights grudge matches are really retarded in the best way possible. Like, I am a huge fan of them. I think the trash talking is like so cringy. It's fucking like, it's really like X and Bushin style are one of the. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything about them because like X is like low key the homie and Bushin style is low key the homie too. So I'm not gonna say like bad stuff about them, except that like, okay, I'm not gonna say any bad stuff about them.
I will say, maybe, not bad stuff, but I think I really like the format. I just think this last one was just, I don't think, like I understand what Vi was trying to do, as like, you know, to bring back the grudge matches. Let's do the very first one and like the year later thing, and I get that, but I don't think these were the right guys. I don't think these were the right guys.
Because they both kind of suck, low-key.
It's not even that they suck. It's not even. I don't even think it because. Bushin is way better than he played on stream. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I think he was nervous and people were like yelling in his face and stuff, and like got way more crazy than he thought it was gonna get. And and just didn't expect X to play a certain way and then didn't adjust probably because of the nerves and stuff. I played him 10 matches and before that, like more than 10 matches, and he wasn't dropping stuff. He was playing really smart and like, so I don't. Aside from skill level, I just don't think that like these were the right guys to like bring back the grudge matches with. It just wasn't like, I mean, it was hype at first and stuff, but like I think like there was a level of, I mean, I know we can't have like the LTG Viscant thing like every single time, but like I feel like these guys, there are definitely better people in that room to put on a show like that, and like could have cooked up some different kind of beef the entire season, and this just kind of felt like a last minute kind of like, all right, well, we got to do something big at the end, like let's just fuck it, let's just do these guys.
It definitely felt very quickly thrown together because there wasn't any build up. I think that's the key thing about the previous grudge matches that made them super hype, is that there was build up, and it was like, yo, that new grudge match, that's just going down, son.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was gonna go down.
Yeah, I had no idea it was a thing, and then like the tournament didn't start, and instead they were doing the grudge match. So that was totally random to me. And I think that was the key thing that made this one seem very underwhelming, is that nobody knew it was going down, and it was between people who didn't really have a grudge anymore. Like they of course they did have a grudge, but nobody gave a shit about the grudge. There was no perceived grudge on stream. Let's see what Gilbert was saying.
Like they should have just. I don't know. I think they.
Go ahead. No, you go first, because I'm about to continue on with it.
Okay, I think they should have taken one of the newer faces, one of the up and comers.
Yeah.
And then
Chris
asked around Chris Wynn and like
Silos.
Maybe not Chris Wynn, because Chris Wynn's really quiet. He's not a showman.
Yeah, but how funny would it be to have hand him a mic and try to have Chris trash talk?
Have him shit
that would have been so funny.
It would be really
funny. Oh my god, he would have looked so awkward. Yo, that would have been
it would have been really fun. But like I think that's what like should have I know Vi probably has already dissected all of this himself and like is already thinking all this stuff and is like way beyond like what we're discussing here. But
so we could drop every combo. That would be
so good.
Shit. But I think he should have gone to the new up and comers that have been around but just haven't had the spotlight and been like, hey man, would you be willing to kind of like cook up a rivalry with someone, just for fun? And like really play it up on stream and like really get, like that LTG kind of Viscant kind of thing. And just ask around and see like who would be down for that, just to do it for fun.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, like I would have done it. I think Sal, you probably would have done it. Prag, I know you would have done it.
Dude, me and you would be a sick ass one, low key.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, me and you, I would shit the shit out of you.
Nobody knows that we're boys, so it could just be
like,
hilarious.
No, fuck on me.
It could just be hilarious like that. Because it would be funny as hell to everybody in there because they know that we're boys, and nobody else would know. Not only would there be more entertainment for Wednesday Night Fights, a little bit more content, there'd be new faces, which we desperately need. Nobody wants to watch Chris and Brent, and I'm not saying nobody wants to watch Chris and Brent, but as a broadcast, if the same people are winning all the time or being shown as like the only personalities all the time, it's gonna get boring.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how entertaining you are. Like it's just.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's not that it's the same people winning necessarily, but I think it should be more in a rotation. Like, instead of having, like, 2 or 3 people that are consistently winning, there should be, like, 8 or 10 people that are consistently winning. Like, the top 8 there should be, like, 16 players that rotate in and out of top 8 every week, right? That's what made Wednesday Night Fights so interesting in the previous seasons and while it was at Super Arcade, because there was so much talent. It wasn't just like Chris and Brent running shit and nobody can touch them. It's always Chris and Brent grand finals, and then Chris beats Brent because Brent is fucking free to Chris for whatever reason. It shouldn't be like that. There should be more people that are challenging them. But right now there is no one. So, is that really Wednesday Night? Is that really Wednesday Night Fights' fault? Is that the problem of Alex? He can't really do anything about that. Players need to level up.
No. I'm saying that, but if. You could use the grudge match format to add additional flavor and acceptance of new personalities without them having to be the most godlike players there.
Yeah, no, absolutely you can.
And that is really important. That they get they fall in love not not just the godliest players, but also with the community and how that community interacts as a whole. And so, I don't know. I think that is what's gonna.
No, I think I mean, it's coming.
Necessary for sustainability in the long run.
It's the ending of the era. So I mean, we're gonna get fresh faces.
Yeah, that
next
that
year.
is a huge deal.
Fresh
too.
faces,
like
new
people are
competitors,
not
new
necessarily
shit.
giving up, but not caring
I
as
mean-
much. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
all right, these guys are they're pretty good. Like I know what I know what it would take to like try and level up right now, but I might as well save that energy for the next game kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
It's cool. I mean,
anyways, yeah.
I think we'll be good.
Next.
So yeah, so something. But before we stray too far away from this, Gobe was asking the essence of these matches. Though they're supposed to be heated to the point where they challenge your content. Okay, I see. So that was before when we were saying that the players were playing less than what they could be playing because they were playing on stage. And then he says, "Do you think a full fight card would be worth a broadcast versus a normal double elimination tourney?" I think it might have been interesting at the end of 4 because people would be interested in that. I think it definitely could be something that would interest a lot of people, but not if it replaced the standard double elimination tournament. I think if it was in addition to a double elimination tournament, then it would be something that people would be very much interested in. But
Like
if
a
it
high
replaced
stakes exhibition.
yeah, if it
kind of
was,
thing.
yeah, exactly. If it was something more like that, and that's how it was approached, then I think that would be something that people would enjoy.
Like, this
or
is
maybe it
something that I
happened
would-
before
I
the
would-
tournament.
Like I would think would be a cool sort of in that format I mean you could make it a whole event, like make it like 4 matches, but something of akin to like, all right, Razor's gonna put up this or whoever, Mad Catz is gonna put up this money because that's Daigo's sponsor. Put up this money for Daigo to challenge Kazunoko, and he's gonna have 6 months to prepare, or like 3 months or whatever it is, and then we're gonna do this like exhibition first to fucking 20 or some
That'd be
shit.
sick.
You know what I mean? On top of like a different major, or maybe not, maybe just
Just headline it or
on like a
something.
weekend, yeah, like
I think a
on
first
some
to
off
7 is
weekend.
probably a good format for that.
First to what?
First to 7, since like 10 is pretty long, and 20 like way long, but 7 is pretty good.
Tony's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, no, longer. That's like 2
It was
hours,
just a-
depending
it
on
was
who's
just an
playing.
example.
No, I
of
get you, though.
how,
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
like
No, I feel you.
that would be
I mean,
sick.
I
with
think
like a storied past. I picked that one specifically because there's the storied past of like, this is Daigo's the best.
He's been
Nobody
training
can fucking
for this.
nobody can beat him
it's
in
not
long
good-
sets. He's the
that's not
long
good
set
enough,
master, but Kazunoko keeps beating him.
that's not
so-
good enough. It needs to be hyped up. Like
I know,
it needs to
but
be
it
like
was-
that, and then people talking
and then
about it
market.
on commentary. Yeah, it has to be marketed, so it has to be like talked about on commentary. A couple of teaser trailers should be made for it, like saying like, "Yo, check this out!" Like, "Yo, highlights of this character, highlights of this player, highlights of this player." We're gonna go up against each other, and then have like, make it a real thing. Make it like a real grudge match. That will get the feuds brewing at Winside Fights. I think that would be a really cool thing. It definitely would take a little bit more production, but not a ton more. I mean, the main issue is having somebody take the time to edit the videos. That's what's going to take the most time. Because like just pulling somebody aside and saying, "Yo, I'm gonna interview you for like 5 minutes and you can talk shit about Joe Schmo." That's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You just like talk about yourself, talk shit about Joe Schmo. You mush it together with some clips of them playing and some clips of them talking about Joe Schmo. Boom, you're good to go. There you go. Boom, you just made a trailer. You put in some dramatic music and scene changes, and then that's all you need.
You know what? You're kind of right, actually, Nick. I didn't think about that. Like, everyone is incredibly shy in that GC.
Because they're all a bunch of fucking nerds.
Bunch of fucking nerds.
That's what I said. I mean, they're all a bunch of nerds. It's like, it's not, no matter how much marketing you do, you can't make somebody, you can't force people to be interested. They just have to like the people, or be interested, or not but like you have to have charisma.
No, you're wrong. Hold on. I'm gonna completely disagree with you.
Hold on.
It's
you're
all
not
about
even
marketing. 100%
Right.
about marketing.
All right, but you can get the hype there so much, and then when you get the product, and then it's like not as hype as it was hyped up to be, that's gonna be negative. That's gonna be negative. And what I mean by that is like you still need players. You can't just have boxers and wrestlers who are just like not that interesting. You know what I mean?
You
Like
totally
they're really
can,
great
though.
at their craft. You can, but you can't like sustain an entire industry
You totally
on
can,
that.
though. Yeah, you
I
can.
don't think so, dude. I don't think so.
Dude, marketing.
Gotta have,
if you market it
gotta have
properly,
personalities.
the personalities and the commentators.
No,
Yeah,
the players got to be likable too.
the players can be cardboard boxes as
I
long
mean,
as like
I don't know. You can look at the
I don't
other
agree
grudge
with that.
match,
They
like
could be
between Let's Your
cardboard
God and
boxes. Nobody
Viscount.
wants
Like,
to see a cardboard box fight another cardboard box.
nah, that shit would be hype as fuck. Look at Mugen. Anyways, like
I actually had a pretty funny idea now for a Twitch broadcast.
boom, there you go, cardboard box fighters. So like it's, let's say Chris, for example, right? Chris Wynn. Dude's fucking, he's like not a trash talker at all. But if you have him on commentary, you know how like when he talks, he's always smiling and shit. You have him in like an interview and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy the shit out of this dude. You can tell him what to say and he could awkwardly say it, and that's just gonna be funny as fuck. And you make it like, you make a trailer for it. You push it for like 2 or 3 weeks leading up to the grudge match. They don't even have to say anything. You could just cut to the trailers for both players, cut to the stage, they're getting ready to play. Commentators talking about it, hyping it up. Boom. Doesn't matter about the player's personality. You don't have to worry about bringing entertaining people, just people that are good at the game. That's all you need. So it's like,
I don't think so, dude. I was
Maybe.
disappointed when Kazunoko won the biggest Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament of all time, and the dude barely celebrated.
yeah, but like you can,
you know, like,
you don't have
and,
to
like,
cut to him.
I'm
Like,
not saying I like Kazunoko less because of that. I just feel like people who are watching this and like trying to get into Street Fighter and watching other players and they win stuff and they're not like, yeah, man, woo, woo, like fucking high five. If I fucking won a major, if I got top
Dude,
eight,
I would jump on the
I would
crowd.
be celebrating
Yeah.
to the point of like, what is this guy doing? All right. Like I just don't
guess.
understand. Like you just won $120,000. Like
Playing
all
Street
that fucking work that you did for like years, and like there's, I'd be humping that check on stage, dude. Like I don't know.
that's up to you.
I don't know.
I don't think
know.
a
I
lot
know
of
that's
people
just
hold
me.
that. Yeah, I think that's just you. Because like,
that seems. I mean, I would do the same. I get pretty hyped, man. Honestly. I
Yeah,
mean, like
you-
legitimately.
I
what
mean,
would
I
you
Rub
think
do?
it into my
most
opponent's
people
face.
would
I'm
get
being
hyped.
I'm being a little bit facetious. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it
No,
does like
you'd
I'm
hump the
like
check.
If people,
I think that-
if people
yeah,
are
we know-
watching
we all
Street
know you
Fighter
would hump the check.
first time, you know, we're talking about growing the industry, growing and you know making it sustainable and trying to like get people to be interested in these prize fights and giant exhibitions. Like we want to see people pop off when they win, and we want to see them like get amped and like have human emotions.
Yeah, I feel you. I
You
see
know
what
what I
you're saying. I
mean?
see what you're saying. You can't really connect with someone who's just gonna sit there
I mean, it's cool that Daigo's just like the stoic and like that's his thing.
when he gets
But
drunk.
guess.
and not everybody can be the stoic. Like we can't
not
have
everybody's
a million
going to be.
stoics.
I mean, like, I think this is a non-issue issue that you're talking. Like, I don't see how is this a problem? I don't know. Like, because
Like, we could grow more if we had like Gobe just said, like we can have more charismatic people. We can have people that you can connect with. Like, oh, like this is an average
not saying
Joe
you
looking
can't-
guy.
We're not saying that you can't connect with somebody who is shy and like is super reserved and quiet and like that you can't market somebody like that, but it's easier and it's more effective to market charismatic individuals.
yeah, but that was never the topic of discussion.
And I'm saying you need those types of individuals, more of those than the shy type, for the industry to grow and succeed doing exhibition like prize fights type of things. In my opinion, that's what I think.
I mean, yeah, but you don't need them. Like they help more, but you don't need them. They're not necessary. They're just
I think
a
that's
commodity.
what I think
To grow
that's
at
what
this
we're
But
gonna
I
need
feel
and
like
succeed and grow.
your argument is kind of changing now, because it's not. I'm not saying like having less charismatic people is going to equal more viewers, or saying that having more charismatic people is going to equal less viewers. I'm just saying that like it all came around saying that marketing was not important, and I was saying marketing was incredibly important. And I think marketing the fight, having proper
I didn't say
charismatic
marketing was
commentators.
unim-
What's up?
I said that like you have to market it. I was the one that brought up marketing. I didn't say marketing was unimportant. I'm just saying marketing shy.
Okay, whatever.
boring
We're
people.
arguing semantics.
Okay.
Here's the key thing here. We
All right.
are not really disagreeing about anything, but I think the problem that you're bringing up in the idea of grudge matches is nothing that Wednesday Night Fights can control. It's up to players to not be shy fucks then at that point. So, and the idea that nobody's going to be charismatic is also, I feel like that's a non-issue issue because most of the people I know that go to Wednesday night fights are shit talkers, or if they're not shit talkers, then they're not necessarily shy. Like they're charismatic people or they're energetic people, and they'll pop off when they win, even if they're not a shit talker. So I think it's an issue that doesn't really exist for the most part. So, and if it did exist, it's not really anything that Wednesday night fights can control. The players that people are going to want to watch, you will already know by their interaction. Like what does Stream Chat do when those players get on screen? How do they interact in the chat when they see these players? How do the commentators talk about these players? How do these players look when you watch them play? Those are the most important factors to budget in when you're trying to set up a grudge match. More so than, is this dude charismatic or not? Because that can be worked on and that can be twisted with proper editing. So I guess, like, to me, if you want to make a really hype-ass grudge match, all you need is good players, proper promotion, and good commentary. And then there you go. Like, you can spin it in whatever direction you want, and then anything else is just an added bonus. Because Bujin style, honestly, he doesn't have a lot of emotion. Like, he does not show a lot of emotion. But if you put him in the right circumstances, he'll start talking shit about people. And that's what makes it hype. Because then he talks shit about some other dude who then pops off at him, like Mark Teddy. That shit was hype as fuck. So, you know, to me, I think it's kind of a non-issue. The fact that you would need more energetic people to be part of the grudge matches, because I think most people, pretty much are. The exception are people that are, more shy for Wednesday night fights. For other scenes, it may be different, definitely. But in the case of Wednesday night fights, I think you can't really go wrong with any of the players because people want to be in the limelight anyways. They want to be in the center of attention. So when they get to there, they're going to start, saying some shit and popping off and trying to, they're going to start feeling themselves. They're going to be like, yo, I am The Rock. And they're going to start fucking saying shit about the other guy. And then, boom, there you go. That's it. Or you can just go to Twitter and then look at these people being crazy people. And then there you go. Now you don't have to worry about anything else. You got all your shit set up.
So I'm assuming, Nick, you were trying to say, like, the new, like, bringing in people, like the chat's thing right now. The chat's, like, going ham right now. Yeah, chat's bringing new players. We need, is that what you were referring to? You were referring to, like, we need charismatic people to bring in the new audience? Because, I mean, we are growing.
I'm not sure what I was saying.
No, but I want to touch up on that. Like, that Snake Eyes documentary.
I feel like I want to
so
go back and listen to the listen to the broadcast, listen to what I said, and then like maybe come back next week and have like even
come back with matchup notes.
No,
don't download me. No,
no, I'm not talking about like
no, just
like
to reformat what you said. Yeah, I feel
exactly like really understanding what I am trying to say.
Because you guys had a good topic.
Because I don't want to like just continue riffing and then like create more arguments for myself that I have to. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna start riffing right now and like say a bunch of more things that like might contradict with what I said earlier.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that is an extent. So is what I was kind of talking about. Is like we need those fresh faces, to not only bring back the people that are dedicated fans of the community, but also to bring in new people. And Trap brought up a good point. Is that I guess also similar to what we're talking about is that the players don't really have a good like outlet for their voice. That should be what Twitch is, and that's the players' fault that they don't use Twitch as a medium for them to like connect with their fan base that exists on all these official Twitch channels that people watch their favorite fighting game shows on, and they should be using Twitch a lot more to connect with their fan base.
Says the dude with the Twitch hat.
Some people don't want to.
I mean, honestly,
do that. Yeah, I mean, some people don't want to do that, But that is the type of stuff that grows the entire FGC. That is work for the community. That's what I think.
I can feel that. Yeah, I mean,
we do have the outlet.
But it's not their obligation. No, they're not obligated to grow the community. If that's not something they're interested in, then we can't force them either. I think that we just need more players that are willing to do that for the community to grow. Look at how many streamers, professional and not, there are for every other game.
Yeah. I think the main problem when you look at fighting games and you look at the people who are streaming. What's up?
I was gonna say, I don't know. I was kind of anticipating your point. This might not be right. Sorry.
I think it's a different point than what I was originally trying to make, but I'm sure it's valid as well. That's what were you saying?
I was gonna say that the problem with fighting games is that you have
Production
to
fucking trying
you
to
have
pit
to
us against
get-
each other.
you have to get yeah, they're trying to get grudge matches going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, trying to
Grudge
start a
Match
third pixel grudge match.
Grudge podcast. I'm gonna have one on my stream next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
fuck
my
that,
own
man. That is-
podcast. It's gonna be just me and a couple of cardboard boxes just to prove a point.
Yo, we gonna have bitches, man. I got my cardboard
No,
bitch.
I
right
got
now.
options
Yo,
selects
Pragmag
the
actually
pod-
has cardboard bitches. Can you Can you pull Jasmine on the stream?
All right. Oh,
Is that possible?
man, y'all want to see some Jasmine? Hold
Yo,
up.
bring Jasmine. Nick, have
Oh
you
my
met
shit,
Jasmine
my
yet?
Disneyland hat.
Haven't.
You all cutie. Look how cute.
Oh
over
my
there.
god, she's gonna be so
Oh my
quiet.
goodness. Are you guys ready?
Dude,
Just
Jasmine.
decadent.
You guys ready for esports?
Here's, oh my god, here she is. You gotta make sure to put her, put the interesting bits in frame,
Oh, you
so
know.
we get more viewers. We want a good,
got this
we want a
covered,
good
bro.
thumbnail.
Got
Dude,
this
get her
covered,
in
man.
frame. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Come on.
Shut
dog.
good thing
up.
I can't see your face. I don't
No,
want to see
wait.
that.
Relax. Oh,
There
baby.
she
Oh,
is.
I'm on. How you been?
Don't make it weird. Come on, Prag. All
Sorry,
right,
I'm
so
sorry,
that's
I'm sorry.
Jasmine. All right, so we're. Hold on, let me see if I can edit.
I was just gonna say that I think one of the biggest problems with fighting games is you can't do like, I mean, this is true for other games too. Like you definitely get like a like more satisfying and more efficient training done when you're not live and connecting with your fan base. But I think with fighting games, how much time needs to be spent in training mode and like alone and analyzing matches, your own matches and those of others, makes it really hard to be a pro player and stream all the time too. So
Yeah.
but if they're guys that are sponsored and like it's their full-time job,
Yeah. No,
I
I
they
mean,
want to grow the community, they should be doing it.
I think the thing that's kind of harder for fighting game players in general is like when you look at StarCraft and you look at League of Legends and Counter-Strike and all of these games that are played competitive esports. Like when you think of all the main competitive esports games, the platform that they're mostly played on is on PC. So a lot of these players have PCs that are beefy. And if they don't, then their sponsor hooks them up with a beefy PC. So if they want to stream, all they have to do is be like, hey, I want to stream. Somebody make me a layout. Boom. They just made a layout.
Yeah.
Now they have the PC ready, capable of streaming. They don't have to spend any money, literally $0. And now they can just set up a stream. Somebody else can do everything for them. And now their stream is set up. If you play fighting games, maybe somebody's going to give you a PS4. They're not going to give you a beastly PC to start streaming.
Yeah.
That's not a thing at all. The PC itself is going to cost like $600, $700, $800. And the FGC is not at a point where sponsors are paying for PCs like that. So
Yeah.
on top of that, there's also more pressure for fighting game players to have proper layouts on their streams. You can't just like stick a webcam on there. Like they want you to have a good layout. You know what I'm saying?
Something that also comes from that too is that because they're PC-based games, the fan base and the player base
They're already
is all
there.
PC game. They're
Yeah,
already
they're already
there.
on
They
Twitch.
have good computers. So that also means that they can typically play their favorite game and watch their favorite streamer at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's super important. That's super important for the viewer base on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, the games will have a built-in viewers because that's where
So
they already
hopefully
are.
you see like a big
A big resurgence.
got a high
honestly.
big injection of players.
The hot beef injection. A hot beef injection of
2016,
PC
baby.
players
Because the most
into the
important thing
FGC.
is going to be holding on to people after the first like month or two.
Yeah,
you know?
I can see that. Pretty much.
Really focusing
I
on
don't know. I think the sponsors are gonna really step it up. I think players are gonna really step it up. The production's gonna be on point. Like everything's gonna just blow up, and I'm just super excited, man. Honestly, to be a part of this culture.
Hopefully, man. I think the key thing holding back fighting games now is the lack of availability. The lack of availability on PC, because all these other games, if you want to play them, you can either get in for free, or you can play them on your PC. Well, I mean both. You can both get in for free and play them on your PC. Look at League of Legends, Hearthstone, StarCraft. You have to pay for, but it has such a following already established that it's not really that big of a deal. Dota. What's another game that's on MOBA? Like PlanetSide, I guess, or Battlefield, Call of Duty. Well, Call of Duty obviously, because it's it's fucking Call of Duty. But that's a hard one to replicate. Let's see what Gobe was saying. What do you think sponsorships should do to improve the community? They do help players travel, but what could they do besides Docus that would develop their players? I think sponsors in general besides sending their players to travel, they should definitely give them more incentive to stream and develop online presence. So that way they can pull in more fans and get people supporting their players, like morally. Like morally, I guess, I don't know if that's the correct word that I'm looking for, but
like their goals should be to grow,
garner a fan base,
grow the fighting game community, grow the fan base of their player. But in doing that and having that integrity is only going to make their business and their investment more effective. You know what I mean? Because more eyes will be on the person that they're sponsoring. So
I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna, and then from that perspective,
I was gonna say something along the same lines. Like sponsors really need to, like, it's not, you can't just pay for them to travel and like give them the necessary, like give them sticks and shit or whatever it is, or backpacks. Like it can't just be that. Like the players, and especially nerds, they're gonna need a lot of help marketing themselves.
Yeah,
they're gonna need help marketing themselves. And I think things like the cultivation video, I think somebody brought it up in the chat earlier, with Snake Eyes. Like people already love Snake Eyes, but now they actually like saw him living his life, and that is huge. That is huge. I think we need to see way more of that stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree, man.
That's the type of stuff I think.
I mean, honestly,
what
like
you're
everyone
saying.
just needs to do their part in making those. I mean, obviously the budget on that thing was like, but
yeah, but that
it was
Also,
worth
what's
it.
up, Paul?
It was worth it because there's so many people who aren't in the FGC or know about fighting games, and they're like watching that, and it's entertaining.
Yeah,
It's a good piece of media,
yeah.
see how many views it has.
and we can. I mean, we're probably the millions, billions. No, not billions, but millions,
billions.
trillions.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, kind of going off. I don't know. I didn't mean to cut you off. If you have any more to finish about the topic, I wanted to try to jump into something, but I don't want to jump off of this if there's still some thoughts. So, Prag, as you were, how do you feel about sponsorships and what they can do in the community?
They just need to be
FGC?
behind their player. I mean, obviously you're going to be putting tons of money into this, but you should like try to have a game plan with your player, with your sponsor. Like you guys should have meetings. We can, like, it's so easy to just market someone, but I don't know why it's not happening correctly.
I know what you
Like,
mean.
I'm not sure if the strategy's there, like what's going on. I mean, all you have to do is stream, and these people can just tweet it out, and people will legitimately just click on it. Like it's not that hard.
I think that's the thing, is like, to you it seems very obvious because you're immersed in the scene and you know it works, but for people who are not as immersed in the scene, they know promotion as buying commercial time or buying a billboard or buying like a bus stop, like getting a sign on a bus stop or something like that, you know what I mean? So excuse me. So their idea of how to market something is going to be considerably different than potentially your idea. So maybe they don't really know. To you it's obvious, but to them it's not. And that's really a problem that's more a problem with the companies than it is the players or anyone else involved. So it's not necessarily an easy fix, I would argue. But yeah, I mean, I think that it kind of goes into the next topic that I wanted to touch on, and I think we should probably wrap it up soon because we're getting pretty deep into it. We're almost at a 2. I think we'll keep going until it feels right to end it.
I think 2 was good.
Yeah. Now, so everything that we're kind of talking about hinges on the FGC growing, and we're talking about kind of strategies of making the FGC grow. How do we make the FGC grow? How can we bring in new players? And we can do all of this shit, and like we can do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, the thing that's going to bring in new players is people wanting to play the video game. And if people don't want to play the video game, doesn't matter what the fuck we do, people don't want to play the fucking video game. So how do you make people play the video game? Well, you probably should make your game good, and that's the make the game good and make the game available. So if I'm playing on PC, I check out Street Fighter casually, and I see Street Fighter 5 is out on PC, maybe that's a really good thing for me. Maybe the $60 price tag is too steep for me, and I'm not going to check the game out on that. I'm going to wait till it goes on sale. Maybe it only goes on sale to like $40. It never dips to like 30 or 20. Well, now I'm not going to buy it because I don't want to spend that much money on this game that I know takes a shit ton of time. Or if I am going to buy this game, I want it to have more appeal than just the competitive aspect. So if I, like, let's say Street Fighter 4, for example. You buy Street Fighter 4, you get into the game, and then what are you going to do? You're going to play fucking arcade mode, you're going to play training mode, and you're going to go online, and you're going to go against some 500 player point Cammy who thinks he is fucking Xiaohai incarnate, or he is K-Brat and just like starts dropping every combo, but he's still in your face pressing buttons, and you don't know what the fuck's going on. You just fucking pick this game up off Steam sale, and you get bodied. Like, you get straight fucking bodied by baby K-Brat. And now what do you gotta do? You're gonna be like, yo, this game sucks. I couldn't do anything. There's literally no options. I'm just over here trying to play T-Hawk because he looks big as fuck, so that means he's the best character in the game. And it turns out he's not, and now you're just getting bodied. What do you fuck that game? Fuck Street Fighter. I don't want to play Street Fighter. That game sucks, obviously. So you uninstall. You try to get a refund from Steam. Steam bans your account, and now you say fuck Street Fighter, and now you're never gonna play the game again.
Never again.
Boom. There you go.
40% of the market gone.
Just like that.
Just like that.
But like, so now is that the game's fault? No. Yes, it's entirely the game's fault. Is it the community's fault? No. There's nothing the community could have done about that. I mean, I guess besides, I mean, you need it in the game. It needs to be in the game. Some form of newbie training ground. Or it's like Guilty Gear, for example. If Street Fighter 4 had the training mode and the tutorial mode of Guilty Gear, Street Fighter 4 would already be fucking way ahead. Capcom Cup would have had like $2 or $3 million as a prize pool instead of $500,000. But the problem is that there's no real introduction to bring new players in from the game's standpoint. Besides, like, if you want to play this hard ass game, come play this game. Like, I feel like the best example of this is Tekken. Tekken is like Street Fighter Extreme Edition in terms of difficulty to understand and to get into, because like Street Fighter 4 has 44 characters. That's 43 matchups you have to learn if you're maining one character. And chances are, if you just start the game, you're not going to main one character. You're going to try to play like 3 or 4 characters. We're not going to do quick math right now because I don't want to. Dude, 43 fucking characters for every character you play that you have to memorize that matchup? Fuck you. That's way too much time. I have a job. Like, I'm not some nerd who can sit at home, go on fucking faku.net for half my day. The other half of my day, I'm on Twitch and I'm on YouTube trying to fucking research how to play Street Fighter 4. Fuck Street Fighter 4. I don't want to spend that much time playing this game. Fuck that game. That is way
the Japanese
too
don't
much
have
commitment.
Jobs.
The fucking Japanese nerds, they can go to Taito Station and ask anybody as many questions as they want. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck that. Like, they have advantage. I have a life, okay? I don't have time to do all that. I'm an American. So,
yeah, that's something that I think League of Legends does really good. It has that newbie training ground. It has a newbie training ground from level 1 to 30. Like, and it takes a long time to get to level 30. So this entire time you're like, okay, I'm not even like competing with people yet that understand. Like, I'm still learning this game because I'm not even level 30. I'm not even the max level. And then when you hit level 30, then you can play like ranked games, and you can play with other
and most
level
don't.
30s.
Most just play ARAM. So it's like,
yeah, but you learn matchups and stuff on ARAM.
Nobody gives a fuck about matchups in League. Are you fucking? Oh my god! Not at low level.
No,
League.
They literally just turn on the game and play it.
Nick, you are a competitor. You have the competitor's mindset.
Yeah, bro.
People do not think as hard as you do.
They just want to play with their friends.
Honestly, they just want to like go on League, take a break from Faku, put the lotion down, put the tissues aside, get on
fair.
fucking what's it
That's
called?
fair,
Curse?
but you don't get on League of Legends and instantly get matched up with level 30s who have been playing the game since fucking,
that's
since it came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that's
and
the
that
key thing.
Street Fighter 4 didn't have that. You're just like, okay, I'll go into a ranked match and like
Play
naturally,
Baby Daigo.
like it's almost like, except like from fighting games perspective, we know that like there's no like good matching system, so like it's not odd to us. But people that come from other games and like multiplayer games, it's become a norm in the industry to have some sort of matchmaking that matches you with people.
Skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah, skill-based matchmaking. Like that's been a thing since like Halo 2 or something.
Legitimately. Yeah,
and like we still don't have that. That's terrible.
Yeah. So how can we implement that? Like, that's actually pretty dope. I didn't really think about that. Like,
I really think that they're gonna do that.
1 through 30. Like, you can't play with some dude like who's gonna fuck you up, even if he's
smurfing. I hope that they do that with. How hard would it be to be like, okay, they only have like 1 through 500 league points. Only match them up with people who have 1 through 500 league points.
Yeah.
I don't see that being a problem. And I hope that that's something that's implemented in the final product of the game, or at least some point.
Seriously.
Later on.
Yeah, there's no reason why that shouldn't be a thing. It's just kind of common sense. Like, it should make sense. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, it should be something that's straightforward. That like, obviously, okay, if I'm not that good, I shouldn't like match up with people who are like super good. So Gobe brings up a really good point about Dota as one of the biggest esports in the world. It's known for a beautiful community and really brutal community and really difficult learning curve. I feel as though their tutorial system is pretty remedial as well. Yeah, I mean, think about
Remedial.
what?
Remedial.
Remedial. I'm not
Easy.
even
Like not that good.
I've never pronounced the word before, so
Oh,
probably
good.
know it
We
as
live and
right.
learn.
Yeah, exactly. Learn new things every day. Yeah, the difference between Street Fighter and Dota, in my opinion, is Dota is free as fuck, literally. Like you can, it's if you go on Steam, the biggest marketplace for PC gaming, right there in the middle, Dota 2, right there. You can just download it free, check it out, play the tutorial. After you play the
Buy some
tutorial, you
skins.
play bots. You fucking go buy some hats or something for like $2. You get like not even
You
$2,
get some for 40
cents. For 50 cents, you can buy like a fucking hat, or you could buy a chicken that you can carry your items. Like you buy it and there's a little chicken. It goes like bok bok, and then you can buy like the flying version, and it's a chicken, but it doesn't fly. It gets rockets, but not like traditional rockets. It's like fucking dynamite on its back, and that's what makes it fly. It's dope as fuck. Honestly, like his name is like Clucky or some shit. Straight up, dude, that chicken is the homeboy. I have that chicken. I bought that chicken. It was 50 cents. It was on sale. There's no, like, you can't blame me for that. And you can't blame anyone for that. But now that I've just spent money on this game, now I'm a little more invested to play because I want to chill with my chicken homie. So, chicken bros. So now, that gives me incentive to play the game more. That gives me, that gives me something to come back to because now I spent money on the chicken bros. So I'm living with this. I'm living with Cluckles. And we're playing Dota, and maybe I don't even like the game at this point. I just like my homie, so I'm gonna keep going with that. And then eventually, since I keep playing the game so much, I start to find other things about the game that I like. And now, moving forward, now I'm invested in Dota. Now I'm learning more about Dota. I want to get better at Dota. Blah blah blah. Spirals out of control.
Didn't Dota kind of see an explosion in its community in the wake of the success of League of Legends, though?
Dota just
I know that it was
grew.
constantly
Flip and flip.
growing.
It constantly
I know
just
that it was
grew, and then it
constantly
hit
growing.
like once
But
the
a lot
international
of people
hit.
were introduced to the MOBA genre because of the success of League of Legends, and so it wasn't such a far. And once Dota went free to play, like it wasn't such a far jump, for people that had already learned like what a MOBA was and what it was about, and all the people
Dota
that were
was
like
just
really
huge, honestly.
No, I know.
And then
Dota's
Dota 2
always been
came out,
big.
and it was just like pretty much because Dota had such a it had a pretty good scene, honestly. I mean, not in America, but it just blew up when it came out. It's just progressively built, and then when Dota 2 was finally released.
Oh, when did Dota 2 launch? I was playing League of Legends at the time that Dota 2 was like officially coming out of beta, and I had been playing League of Legends for like a year.
Yeah, year.
League of Legends that existed
2000,
for like 2 or 3
2008,
years,
I believe.
I think, at the time. Dota 2 launched officially in 2008.
I think it was 8 or 9. No, I'm sorry, League of Legends. League of Legends 2008, and then Dota came out in like 2010. Fuck, when did Han come out? Han came out in 2008. I'm not sure, man, honestly, but I mean, it
we
was
can
all.
Google this.
Yeah.
Development began in 2009. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I
Oh my
can't find
God.
it.
It's a podcast.
Whatever. I was just trying to make the point that I think the success of League of Legends aided the explosion of the player base of Dota 2. I'm not saying that Dota 2 would have not been successful without League of Legends. It was just a question that I was posing.
I feel you. I was gonna
can
say,
feel that.
what if we did that format, the free-to-play fighting game? You buy the characters like Killer Instinct. Like, how do you think that would go down with Street Fighter 5? Like, if they did that, I think that would have been a great idea, but they never went with it. Because you can unlock everything. It could just be like the League of Legends system. Like, you can buy things with real money, or you can play with IP and unlock these. It'll take a shit long time, but
Shit long.
you can get them eventually for free, but most people won't. I don't know. I feel like that would have been pretty dope, man. We could have had that, honestly, especially 2016 coming with the future is now, but we never. I don't know. Like, Capcom's so fucking greedy, honestly.
Can you blame them? That would be a huge risk for them.
But it's gonna
Yeah.
pay, it would have paid off. Like,
I don't know if it would though, like, cause you really get to like in League of Legends, like you really get to enjoy, and Counter-Strike, like a match, like even if you lose, like a match takes like 45 minutes, and you play with all your homeboys and your buddies, like in the same like field, like the same arena, the same game playing area, so you feel like you're hanging out. Whereas in I don't know. I just feel like
lobby
matches,
system and stuff.
Yeah, like matches are really fast in fighting games. Like you're not enjoying that content that you worked hard for or that you paid for, over a long period of time in the same way. Maybe that would affect how people like. I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like fighting games would not. I don't think.
I feel like they could have done the free format and then like the full release format, so we can do tournament. Like, well, obviously we're gonna play competitively. We're gonna buy like the full unlocked version of the game, and then there can be like a free version.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
like
what
we could have done that.
No, you should no. I mean, look at yes. I mean, I'm saying no, but I mean yes. Like I literally mean yes. But I don't think there needs to be a separation of two different versions. Like it's just like you have the game and you could pay to unlock everything, or you
like
could
a physical
not pay to
copy.
unlock
Excuse
it.
me, a physical copy.
I think I like that.
A physical copy, you could have bought that, and then the digital copy would have been free, but it didn't have all the characters.
Yeah,
something. I'm just saying something similar.
I think what you're saying is like you have, like yeah, what you're saying is correct, but you're putting like, there doesn't have to be as much separation. You can just have like the game, and then you can buy the full unlock for the game, and they can sell it in disc form, and when you plug the disc in, it like okay. You've unlocked all this content. Now, boom, all the content's unlocked if you put the disc in. I kind of like
that. Yeah, I think that would have been a good idea.
And like all the content is on that disc. So if you play with that disc, you have all the content. But if you don't have the disc, then it's not on your account, obviously. Or you can unlock all of the content. Yeah, so like that's.
I feel like they would have made more money like that also because they could have sold the cosmetics and the characters.
Right. But the thing is, they're a Japanese company, and in Japan, PC gaming is not really a thing, like at all. It's not to the extent that it is in the U.S. So
that's true. Okay, yeah.
It's not like Korea.
Cultural differences, yeah.
There's a huge cultural difference, like huge. Like from my understanding, there is a huge cultural difference. That Steam alert was from me, by the way. Don't worry, checking. Yeah. So it's not like I don't think it's greed. I don't think it's like spite out of the PC community or anything like that. I think it's just like a difference in culture from Japan and the US. And certain companies they can't operate in that manner. It's not as easy for them as it is for other people. So in Capcom's case specifically, Capcom US can only do as much as they can, right? They can only influence as much as talking. They can't really do much else. They don't have as much control as say a company like Skullgirls, where they can if they wanted to, they could take a route like that. So it's tough. It's tough.
Actually that does make sense too, because there's no arcade release of 5, and we're talking about that.
Is that confirmed that there's no arcade release of 5? Like that's not going to be a thing. It's not coming at a later date. What's up?
Sure. Probably a later date. I'm not sure.
That'd be a really big surprise.
Yeah, I mean that'd be very interesting if Capcom decided to completely forego an arcade release of Street Fighter 5. So while we were going, Java Stout donated $2 for an alert, but we were.
Oh no way!
Yes,
Who?
So we got $2.
Chopping the monies.
Java Stout. Also, what's up, Dan?
Java
Stout.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think he's still in here. I don't see him in the chat.
Java Stout, man. That guy likes dark things.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Dude, like a thick stout beer,
yeah.
like a
Java Stout. Absolute.
Coffee.
So, anyways, the dude donated, so he wanted to talk about Akuma in Tekken 7.
Dang, rest in peace. He didn't get it.
Didn't we talk about Akuma last week?
You could watch that last podcast.
Yeah, didn't we talked about that last week?
We did. We talked about it last week.
Watch last week's podcast, dog. Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. This one's pretty long. I think we're going on like an hour and 50 minutes now, so almost 2 hours. I think we could probably wrap it up. But before we go, I think we should do like a little closing ceremony at the end of every podcast. I mean, what do you guys want to do? Like a bunch of podcasts do different stuff. We can talk future predictions. We can talk we can call somebody out. Like, yo, I think you're a bitch. That's what which podcast does that? Is that Avoiding the Puddle?
I think Nick's a bitch. I think Sal's a bitch. I hate all you guys. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding, but
Oh man.
It's gonna
man,
it's
who
gonna
would I
be
So,
call
well,
out?
where can we find you? Where can we find you, Nick? Let's plug your shit. Go for it.
All right, minor plug. NickTanella, twitter.com/NickTanella. Also, I stream. I haven't been streaming as much as of late. I was really busy with school and really busy with other life stuff. And I was busy doing the Wednesday Night Fight stream, side stream on Wednesday nights. Big news is that we're going to be back for the next season, Street Fighter 5. Vaya said he wants us back. So gonna switch up some things. It's not gonna be the same exact broadcast, but yeah, follow me on there if you like, and hit up that Twitter because that's where all the news is gonna be. So, yeah.
No, Nick's jacking it as he's on the podcast rep. That's definitely what's happening.
Oh man, I was bouncing the leg.
Yeah, so
You
that's pretty funny that Dan's girlfriend's name is actually Jasmine. That's confirmed. That's a fact. I've seen the
Dudley players like
contact.
Jasmine.
It's
This
like
is confirmed.
Jasmine. There's a bunch of like heart emoticons afterwards. So, you know, that's shout outs to I don't know. You should get a leash on that, Dan, because Jasmine, she's you know,
all
she's
over.
living life.
She's all over. Promiscuous girl.
Apparently.
What are you doing to me?
Prag, where can we find you? Where can we
You
find
can
both
find me.
you and Dan's girlfriend?
Well, you know, I reside in Lancaster, California with this wonderful lady. But you can find me on twitch.tv/Pragmag. And I'm streaming kind of erratically. But we'll try to get consistent at some point. I can't really with a job and stuff. But you can follow me on Twitter, which is Pragmag7. Soon I will make a patent on my name and I will get Pragmag. I
Patent?
swear I will get it done. But yeah, you can find me on Pragmag7, and that's where I post random things. I'm actually starting to gamble on stream now.
Gamble Mag.
But yeah, so Street Fighter, some PC games.
That's how you won this pink hat.
Keep it
One of those.
Yeah.
keep it
$5
G.
stickers.
Shit don't pay for itself.
Yeah, that's me, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Sal.
Cool. So do you guys want to go with trivia?
Oh, is that what that was? Oh, you fuck.
Oh, you want to do trivia?
Yeah, we could.
You
we
want
could
to
roll
do
with that.
trivia, huh?
I
Alright.
feel like you guys don't nerd out like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a movie, so
Hey.
Nick might lose, honestly.
It's not a movie. What does that even mean?
Because he is the movie connoisseur.
Oh,
If
right,
it's
right,
not
right.
on a movie. If it's not on a movie.
Okay, go for it. What is it relating to before? So we can give the shout out.
Well, I mean, you know, we got some choices here. We can do video game trivia.
Oh man, I'll probably lose.
I play video game. I dabble.
Okay.
Let's do the video game trivia. Yeah, pick like some obscure.
How well do you know your 90s video game trivia? We can go with that one.
Yeah, I
Test
was
your
like
video
two.
game
Let's do
character
that.
knowledge. There's this one
When were
too.
you born, Prag? Like 90, 94?
94.
Alright.
Bragg
Yeah,
might
so-
get fucked in that one.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you're younger than me.
I do a little bit, but
It's
But I'm
probably
not
all gonna be
watching.
like late 90s.
Alright, go for it. Alright, go.
You know what I mean?
maybe.
So are we going? Fuck, this is not the format that I want it to be. I can't find the one that I
Can we do
had.
the trivia
I thought I
too?
bookmarked it.
I'm pretty sure you can. Can we?
Can
Ask
we?
Papa Sal. I don't know.
What? Can we do trivia too? Yeah, totally. All right, so I'll ask the questions and I'll give it like 10 seconds before I give the answer.
We're gonna get exposed. Fuck.
Damn.
I know.
10 seconds. Wait, is
Okay.
chat involved in this too? Or is it just me, Prag?
Well, it's gonna be you and Prague guessing, and then I'm gonna run through the answers, so you guys can follow along at home, and you can write down your own answers. How well do you know your 90s
Wait,
trivia?
I gotta like write shit down.
I mean, they can.
Chat.
You guys can
Fine.
just answer.
Just go, Sal. Just let it rip. Just let it rip.
You call me Seth?
Sal.
Okay.
Damn, I'm not racist, man. Come on. God.
Damn.
All right, I'm gonna
you
show
don't.
my hand so that you know I'm not googling.
Smart. All right.
Damn.
Of the following Super Mario games, the best-selling version of the 1990s was A. Super Mario World, B. Super Mario Kart, C. Super Mario Land, or D. Super Mario All-Stars.
Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna say
Super Mario World.
Did I say that?
final
Damn.
answer.
I'm gonna look
Okay,
at the
so
thing.
you guys both say A. Street Fighter 2 can host up to X amount of players simultaneously. A, only 1, B, only 2, C, only 4, or D, only 6.
What system is
The
this?
cabinet?
It just says Street Fighter 2
I have
can host
two.
up
Oh
to
my god. Is this the
I
Genesis
feel like
or
it's
the
gonna be
Nintendo?
stupid. It's gonna be like 6 or something. Watch.
The SNES or the
No, I'll say
Genesis?
4. I'll say 4. I'll say 4.
Man, I
Prague
feel like
says
it's just
four.
copying Prague. He's
It's-
taking
Are
all
you
the
gonna
answers
say
that
four?
I
It's too obvious.
Are you gonna
It's
say
2,
4,
but like
Nick?
I'm gonna go for 4
What's
because I
your
feel like it's
answer?
a mind
I'll
game.
go for 2, but only because
Okay.
Prague like took my option.
All right, let's talk gaming consoles. Which of these were released in the 1990s except, so all of these were released in the 1990s except one. So you have to say which one was not released in the 90s. Super
Alright.
Nintendo, Game Boy, PlayStation, Nintendo 64.
Game Boy.
Wait, say him again.
Game Boy.
Super Nintendo, Game Boy, PlayStation, Nintendo 64.
Wait.
When was Super Nintendo released?
Game Boy.
Okay,
Was
Pragmag
it
says Game Boy.
89? Was it 89?
5,
I think.
4, 3.
Oh shit!
Two.
No,
All
right, I'll go to Super
64 came out
Nintendo.
in 90.
Let's
No.
go s-
Oh wait. Was it the original Game Boy? Oh shit! I thought you meant
Bitch, you're already
no,
locked
Nintendo
in.
64
Stop
was
talking.
released in 99, I think.
Wait, what is this?
Give me
What
the
are you
options
looking
again.
I'm gonna say. I
Wait,
said.
why is it doing that? Oh.
I'll say Super Nintendo. I
I
think.
don't know. I'm gonna say Game Boy. Fuck it. Whatever.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna do like production value stuff. Okay, now the chat can follow along. Whoa, I just covered Prague.
Yeah,
No,
Game
I
Boy was
was-
not 2000. Game Boy, that would be like Game Boy. No, Game Boy.
I was
Color
thinking
didn't
Game Boy
come out,
Color.
but
Yeah, I forgot there was a regular.
Color came out before that.
Okay, so Nick, you say Super Nintendo. Prague, you say Game Boy.
What are the
Yeah,
options? What are the options? Give me the options.
No, you're playing, bitch.
No,
You're
the
done.
time's
You're
up,
done.
time's
You're,
up.
Alright,
you're
fine.
fucking. You're
Damn it.
bodied.
You were right, anyways.
Okay, the only Pokemon game color you couldn't find in 1997 was red, blue, yellow, or green. Which one could you not find in 97?
Green.
Red. I couldn't get that one.
Couldn't get that one in 97.
body.
Okay.
Damn, this is hard.
Which of the following characters was first introduced in Mega Man X? A. Proto Man, B. Dr. Wily, C. Rush, or D. Zero?
0.
I don't fucking know, dude. Give me a random, give me a random answer.
This is green. No, the green. What?
I never was a Mega Man, dude. I
That's
never
weird.
played a
That
Mega
was
Man in
obvious.
my life.
Come on, baby.
Yo, I
Pick
don't see
one.
Prague's hand, so
Pick
I feel
one.
like I just Googling everything.
Fuck,
Just
I'm,
do that.
I'm chilling right back here with my girl, bro. All right, you relax.
Come on, Nick. Don't be a bitch.
Man.
I don't know, man. B. I go with B.
Okay. Dr. Wily?
I guess.
Okay. Which Sonic game was not available during this particular decade? A. Sonic Rush, B. Sonic Chaos, C. Sonic and Knuckles, or D. Sonic Blast?
What was the decade?
90.
The fucking 90s, dog. It's all...
Oh, the 90s.
Oh my god.
All right, same again.
A. Sonic Rush, B. Sonic Chaos, C. Sonic and Knuckles, D. Sonic Blast.
Sonic Rush.
Prague says Sonic Rush.
Dude, this guy's just taking all my
Yeah, Prague's
answers.
just guessing, honestly.
No, I'm not.
You
What?
can guess the same thing as Prague, if you'd like. Nick.
I don't want to. I want to be different, boys.
Nick
I'll go with Sonic fucking Chaos.
Okay.
Dude, it's Sonic and Knuckles. That's all I know.
It's time for Diddy Kong Racing. Pick any of the following characters except A. Donkey Kong, B. Banjo Kazooie, or no, it just says Banjo, C. Conquer, or D. Tip Tup.
I swear, like I've heard this trivia before, and they took out Banjo. So I'm gonna go Banjo.
I don't know, dude.
Oh, is it Conquer?
Don't look at
say
chat. Okay,
D,
you have
dude.
5
I'm gonna
seconds.
say D.
5, 4,
Tom,
3,
what is there?
2, 1. Prague, give an answer.
Oh, right, Banjo.
Okay, so Prague says Banjo, Nick says Tip Tup.
What did it tip up? I don't know.
How about I Google it?
Prague, stop.
Nah,
Keep
my
your
hands
hands
are
on
here.
Jasmine. All right,
My hands are on my
keep your
lady,
hands
bro.
on Dan's girlfriend.
Yo, can we talk about how people hold like their girls like this sometimes?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like, what
dog.
is that shit?
I don't
Anyway,
know
yeah.
about
Guys that hold their girls like that, like they're gonna run away.
Like, don't go anywhere, baby. I love you.
that. Oh, that's fucked up. All right, so these 90s video games got their own live action flicks. Well, except for A. Gran Turismo, B. Mortal Kombat, C. Tomb Raider, or D. Street Fighter.
Hey,
It was A.
A. Gran Turismo. Okay.
that's the
If
thing.
you wanted to play one of the Spyro games available during this time, which version was available?
Oh my god, I didn't have
Spyro
a
Year of the
PlayStation.
Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, or Spyro A Hero's Tale?
Which one was not available?
Which one was not available? Which one was available?
Oh, which one was available?
Yeah.
Same again.
A. Spyro Year of the Dragon, B. Hey, Prag, what the fuck you doing, bro? I see you looking all suspicious.
reading a question.
Look, back up, bitch. Lean back.
Lean back.
Yeah, I missed the
Lean
question.
back.
Rock away, dog. Hit that Fat Joe shit.
I'm gonna
What
say
the
you're
fuck
the
are you
dragon.
doing? Stop
Dragonfly.
googling.
Enter the dragonfly.
I'm gonna say you're the dragon.
Enter the dragonfly.
You're automatically disqualified. Prag
No,
lost this time.
I leave forward to watch the man.
Prag
Come
lost
on.
this
I was looking
time.
at the question. I was looking at the question.
Literally crying. Okay,
fuck?
moving forward. You're deacon.
You hear when I type.
I don't trust you. Maybe you got the silent
That's
keyboard.
what it
Maybe he got
sounds like.
silent.
Who
He's got
knows, man?
silent.
Maybe you're like
silent.
typing with the mouse.
His
Alright,
numpad's
which
like
of the
a-
following fruit helps restore a player's health in Donkey Kong 64? Prag, you fuck this up. A, an apple. B, a strawberry. C, a watermelon. Or D, a banana.
Racist ass
Fucking
game.
banana, dude.
See.
C, okay, so Prag says C and Nick says D.
Fuck, Nick.
Oh wait, it's not a banana.
Dog, let's just be as racist as possible.
Yo, hey,
Nintendo.
hey, I never fucking played that game.
Just be racist.
Alright,
Yeah, dude.
moving forward. Which company was Crash Bandicoot's developer from 1996 to 1999? A, Vicarious Visions. D, Dimps. Or, excuse me. A, Vicarious Visions. B, Dimps. C, Renegade Kid. Or D, Naughty Dog.
B.
I have no idea. Naughty Dog, I guess. I don't know.
He's
Okay.
fucking reading chat.
Stop reading chat, bitch.
You're fucking googling shit.
I'm not doing shit.
Alright, moving forward. Who directed the GoldenEye 007 video game? Martin Holmes, Marin Campbell, David Doak, Grant Kirkhope.
Who directed the game?
Yes, who directed the GoldenEye 007 video game?
Can you repeat the answer? Sorry.
A, Martin Hollis, B, Marin Campbell, C, David Doak, or D, Grant Kirkhope.
The D.
Campbell.
Oh, Kirk Hope is a fucking voice actor. Ah. Whatever.
Well, you're locked in, bitch.
I locked in. Are you down our answers?
No. And the page isn't loading either with the answers. So
Oh shit.
we may never know.
Never know who won.
Yeah,
think
he
it
was.
Pratt.
Yeah, he was the composer. Fuck.
I'm gonna try reloading.
Yo, GG trivia's over.
GG, it erased the answers.
Honestly, it's like it's
Pixels are
literally
gone.
not loading. I'm gonna try continuing. Oh, it doesn't tell you the answers. Oh, here we go. Okay, so which of the following was the best-selling version of Super Mario? You guys, I believe you guys both guessed A, Super Mario World. So that's 1 point for both of you guys. So 1 point Prag, 1 point Nick.
Easy.
Street Fighter 2 can host up to X amount of players simultaneously. Nick guessed 4 and Prag. Nick guessed 6.
Two.
You
I
guessed
went with two.
no.
He gets two. He gets two. I guess
Did
four.
you? Okay, well then Nick was correct. Prag, you're fucking
It was
retarded.
two-
Why
Like,
would it be
was
4
so
players?
obvious that
Street
it was
Fighter
like
2.
scary. It was scary. I don't know.
Fuck it.
Sega Genesis had that fucking four. I don't know, man.
Moving
Yeah, it's a trick
forward,
question.
let's talk gaming consoles. All of these were first released in the 90s, except Game Boy, PlayStation, Nintendo 64, and Super Nintendo. Prag, you guessed the Game Boy, and Nick guessed the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo was the correct answer, so that's another point for Nick. So that is a total of 3 Nick, 1 Prag.
That video game history class paid off, dog. Yo,
Uh-huh.
real life.
Pokemon. It doesn't tell me the answer. Pokemon
wrong?
Green. So I'm gonna check the release date. Which of these could you not find in 1997? I believe it was Green. So let's see. Pokemon
Yo, I
Green
think you
was
said
released.
Game Boy.
No, Green was you could find it in 97.
Oh, shit.
Nick said Green, so that was incorrect. Prag, you said Red.
He said red, but that was like the
Oh, that was
first
yellow.
version.
Yo, no bullshit. I thought you said
Yellow.
Game Boy Colors.
Nope, Red
Not
was
like
released as
Pokemon.
well.
No,
Was
it's
it
gonna be
yellow?
It's yellow.
It's probably yellow.
Yellow Pokemon.
Fuck, yellow
Will
was
that
the
work?
last one
No.
that I played. I should have.
Yes, Yellow was released in
I just-
98. So
So-
no points for anyone. So the
I
score
got
is still
bodied.
3 Nick, 1 Prague. Which of
Chat
the following
got-
characters was first introduced in Mega Man X? Dr. Wily, Dr. Wily, Proto Man, Rush, and Zero. You, Nick guessed Dr. Wily?
Yeah.
I said zero.
Fuck, how the fuck are we supposed to... Why would it not give me the answer for this? This is so stupid. Can I...
Pragmag and Jasmine. I didn't just notice that.
No, it's not. It's not telling me the answer. Well, you know.
Sick, dude. All right, so I'm still in the lead. On
No,
to the next.
fuck
Zero.
you.
It's literally zero.
Okay, Mendoza-Man is.
Dr. Wily. It's gonna say
concurring.
when they were introduced. Dr. Wily's been around for a long time. No way it was in Mega Man X.
I don't know shit about Mega Man.
Zero.
so
Yeah,
I'll
zero was
defer
the
to-
answer. I believe that's correct.
I know. How do you not know that?
I never played Mega Man.
Go play right now.
I've literally never
Go
played. Mega
download
Man.
it. I mean, purchase with your money.
Okay. Which Sonic game was not available during this particular decade? Prag, what did you guess again? Sonic Rush, correct? Is
The
that what
first
you
one.
guessed?
First
Yeah,
one, right?
Sonic Rush, I believe, is the correct answer.
Dude, when people were playing Mega Man, I was nerding out on like Diablo and shit.
Yeah, Sonic Rush was released in 2005. So
And Pokemon.
2 for Prag, 3 for Nick.
Suck
Wait, no,
it.
I'm at 3.
Still in the lead. Nah, dude.
I just got that one. I
So
got
that
zero
was
on
your
this
first.
one.
That,
Oh yeah,
motherfucker, that's
he
my
did
third
guess.
one.
Yeah,
Y'all trying to
that's
cheat me,
third. That's
shit.
third. That's third. You're right. I
Wow.
didn't
No,
even
then I
count the
have
0
4.
one,
I'm
but
still
the
in the
0
lead.
one was.
Yeah, you're about to get fucked though. Like it's cool.
I'm still in the lead though, right?
Life
No,
don't mean
it's
nothing,
tied.
baby.
It's
How did he get
3-3.
tied?
Wait, no, I have 4.
No.
Three.
No, you don't,
Three,
dude.
three, 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 three.
You are not tied with
I
me.
have three,
You
I have
only had
three.
one right,
I have
dude.
3.
You only had one right, the one that we got at the very beginning.
No, I
That's not
didn't. I
true.
just had
And
2.
plus this one.
I just
No.
got 2.
What was
Yeah.
the other one that he got?
0.
He got 0 and he got Sonic Rush. That's
Get
2
fucked.
more.
3.
Oh shit, Sonic Rush.
3. So I'm at 3.
Oh, we moved on to the next question. All right, so let's go.
All right. So next up, it's time for Diddy Kong Racing. You can pick any of the following
Oh,
characters except. I'm gonna look up Diddy Kong. Diddy. That's not how you spelled. Okay, Diddy Kong Racing
Green was in Japan.
roster. Here's Diddy Kong Racing characters. Banjo-Kazooie was in the game. So who guessed Banjo-Kazooie? That
Me.
was yeah. And Tip Top is not in the game. Nope, Tip Top is in the game.
Damn,
Oh,
the
shit.
fuck. That was Conquer. They took out Conquer. Okay.
Conquer is also in the game.
What the fuck?
Who the fuck
What
was
was the other
person?
option?
Donkey Kong? Donkey
It's-
Kong was in the game. I don't
Conquer
understand.
wasn't an answer. No. What? In the first release of the game, one of those characters was out of it. In the later versions, they were put in or by some other character. Like they were replaced.
This is the game that was released in 1997, and I'm looking at the playable characters. Wait, maybe Tip Top is not playable.
Who the fuck is Tip Top?
No, Tip Top is indeed a playable character. It looks. Maybe Conquer is
it's
not a
Diddy.
playable
Oh,
character.
it was Diddy. You're right. It was Diddy.
Diddy is not. He's not playable.
No, I'm just kidding. The fuck?
That's
don't know.
retarded.
All right, so neither of us got it right.
I don't know.
Well, I guess.
Was Donkey Kong one of the options?
Yeah,
Oh, it's Donkey Kong then.
Donkey wasn't playable. Gobey knows. Okay, so everybody got fucked basically.
Dang.
All right, you guys both guessed Gran Turismo for the 90s game that did not get a live action flick. That was correct. So you guys both got points for that one.
Nice.
So it's 4-4.
Got a good matchup going here.
Yeah, seriously, this is pretty close. If you wanted to play one of the Spyro games during this time, which version was available? Nick, you guessed
Year of the Dragon.
Year of the Dragon, and Prag,
Butterfly or Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah, Dragon.
I think it was
Dragonfly was on the
Year of
PS2.
Dragon.
I remember that one.
Year of the Dragon was released in 2000. Yeah, Nick gets that one. So it is 5 Nick, 4 Prag.
Ooh.
You fucked up.
Ooh.
Well,
I know.
now it's tied up 5-5 because of the watermelon. Nick, you're goddamn retarded.
Oh, yeah.
What did you pick?
Dude,
a
I
cherry?
don't know.
Yeah, he said
No, I picked the banana.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And then, so which company was Crash Bandicoot's developer from 1996 to
Oh, you got that one.
1999? Do you remember your guess, Nick?
I picked Dimps,
You picked Dimps. Nick,
which was wrong.
I think I
you picked
picked
Naughty Dog.
randomly, like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's always been Naughty Dog. It's their second most famous title now
Yeah.
that Uncharted
6-5,
is
bro.
released. So I don't know what the fuck. It's like, it goes Uncharted, Crash Bandicoot, and Jak and Daxter. That's like all Naughty Dog is known for. So that is advantage Nick by 1. So Nick is up 6-5. Ooh, now it's down to the wire. Now, who
this
was
the
the
last one?
director of the GoldenEye
Fuck,
video
I
got
said
that wrong.
Campbell.
Yep, GoldenEye 64. That's one word. Director. Well, that's the designer. Is the designer the same as the director?
Kind of.
The creative
Martin
designer.
Hollis. Martin Hollis was the director. I don't think either of you guessed that.
I don't remember what Prag said.
Prag wins.
No, I picked a fucking composer.
Yeah, Prag won. Congratulations.
What?
The first
Wait, what?
official Third
How?
Pixel trivia. Nick
How
got
did he
fucked
win?
How'd I
up.
win?
I was up.
Because you didn't pick. No, Prag
Who
was
was
up.
up? What?
What?
No, I was 6'5", dude. It was 6'5"
Really?
me, advantage.
Yo,
Nick.
South
wasn't
Park
really
every
paying
day.
attention.
Just
I'm pretty
said-
tired.
You're trying to rob me.
Eh, try to rob me. I'll take
He said
it.
advantage Nick. He just said advantage Nick.
Well, okay. Well, I pulled a Steve Harvey. So it looks like Nick is the actual winner for the
Oh, we
first
should talk about that.
official
Philippians,
Third
Philippians,
Pixel
dog.
podcast. We will
Let me
be
get that
here
crown, dude. Let me get
every
that
Monday
crown.
at 9 p.m.
Bitch, that's my.
Yeah, I've been Sal Rathmatics, joined by Pragmag and Jasmine and NickTanella. And I will catch you guys later. We will catch you guys later.
Deuces.
Feel free to tweet at me if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast. I'll catch you guys later.
Oh.
Peace, y'all.